Okay, sorry I'm late, you guys. I'm just waiting for Angel, and then we're gonna get started. Sorry, Angel, I'm a couple minutes late. I in my basement, the reception sucks, so I had to come outside. So I apologize in advance for the traffic and noise you're gonna hear. But some information was brought to my attention. I want to say early today, I was told to disregard it. Do not click the link because the person that sent the link is a hacker of some sort. And like, I'm not an idiot. So I just disregarded the message. And then a little while ago, I got a message from Angel stating the same exact message that I had been advised to block and report. So now that it's been confirmed that this information is going around, they clearly want my attention. And let's just say I'm not the fucking one. So, Angel, if you still have the link, please come on up. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. Hey, Cuban B, Steve, Carol, Angel, hello. Teresa Murphy, how are you? Hey, Smiley. David James, hey, Paul. I think I got everyone so far. This was like a spur of the moment thing because I don't like being lied on. And I don't like being used as a pawn for your bullshit fuckery. And I apologize in advance, Angel, because I know you're so polite and you're so, hi.
Hi.
Oh, good. You can hear me now. Good. I was
Yeah,
trying to get
now I
on
can
early.
hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at all. I don't know if you could hear me, but I have connection issues in my basement. I'm like, I'm just going to go outside. So, what's going on? Because I haven't seen the video. Because what happened was, is I did see a message earlier, and I messaged Nick, and he was like, "Don't click that link and don't open it because that guy's a hacker for the Miami guy." And I was like, "Okay, enough said. Don't want to get hacked." So I disregarded it. But he gave me a timestamp, but I can't find the damn video. So have you seen this video?
Oh no, no. I didn't tell you to block and report because I
No,
didn't
no, not
see it.
you. No, no, no,
Oh,
not
oh, oh, all right.
yeah.
Because I heard that he thinks that you are some girl in a video saying happy birthday to Hitler or something. And
Yes,
I know that's not you because you came on my live and you
yeah,
showed yourself. You didn't have an avatar. You were showing your
exactly.
and then you've been on Mr. Smith's channel.
Yeah,
So
and I
I
even
know that's not you.
well, I've seen this said video that is being talked about. So for the people that in the chat that don't know what we're talking about, apparently there's some video floating around that they're claiming. I don't know if MRE was. I know he wasn't there, but they're trying to say he set up this. Because we're all responsible for everything that goes wrong in this world. So apparently there was a party. I seen the girl in question that they're talking about. I look nothing like her to begin with, but they're trying to allege what we're talking about is so how did you find out about it? Did somebody leave you a message and say go to this video, click this link, and it's at like timestamp 4020 or something like that? Is
No,
that
no, 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 no. Um, the when was it? A few days ago.
okay?
Um, they said that this person was live and that you were the uh, the girl. Kim Strippin is the girl in the video. Is Kim Strippin? I don't know. So
Yeah,
I went to go look and I said, "That's not Kim.
yeah, it's
That's
not.
not her." And then I even told MRE. I said they think that Kim is a
Uh-huh.
girl in some video for Hitler or something.
Yeah.
And he said that's not her. I said, I know it's not her. She was on my live and she showed her face.
Yeah. Sorry about the noise. I'm outside. Yeah, so like I still haven't seen this video because the way that I took a screenshot of the message before I deleted it. But he's like, click this link. So he dropped the link, but I wasn't touching no link that I don't know from somebody I've never seen.
Yeah.
So I sent it to Nick right away and I was like, do you know who this guy is? Because I don't want to click the link because I know if you click links, they can hack you. And I'm like, I'm stupid, but not completely, right?
Mhm.
So I didn't open it. So I was like, what is this? And he's like, that's one of the hackers for the Miami guy. And I was like, so he's like, don't open it and report it. And I'm like, okay. So then I started because he said that Muscle said this. Okay. Never spoken to Muscle. I have no stake in this game. I don't know why I'm being involved. But so he said that it was on his channel. And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see this I was checking the timestamp on every video and I'm like, I don't see what he's talking about. So I didn't think anything of it. Then I see this message pop up from you on my Twitter and I was like, oh damn. Like
Yeah, I
so
said, Kim, they keep saying that you're the girl in this video, and I think you should address it. That's what I mean, I would address it.
100%.
You're being accused of something that you did not do.
Yeah. So let me just clarify for the people on the other side that first of all, let me just say that I'm not the one. Okay. Don't be lying on me because I will do whatever I got to do to clear my name because I don't appreciate being lied on. And if anything, I'm too honest. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, I even have my damn passport here if they want to see because there's no stamps in it. So if I even cross that border, there would be a stamp on it. So if you really don't believe me, I can show you my damn passport, people. But I don't support Hitler. I am not a Nazi. I do not have those beliefs. I have never had those beliefs. And I don't appreciate being dragged into these guys slanderous, we're gonna
Right.
ruin everybody's lives campaign because
Exactly.
it's not right. And then they have the nerve to make up stories and wonder why people don't believe them and question their credibility. Because you lie. Right? Like I mean it's just that simple. And I don't get it. Like what do they have to gain by saying that? Like I've seen the video before that was in question because everybody was looking to see if there's any sort of proof that these allegations are true. I seen this girl. She looks nothing like me. I don't like, they need their eyes checked. They need their head checked. They need their ears checked. Like they have a lot of issues. Okay.
All they'd have to do is just go here to your channel and look at your videos and see that
Yeah.
that's not you.
Yeah, like 2 nights ago, I think it was, I was on camera. Like I've been going on camera. No, I'm not today because I didn't bother doing my makeup. But if you really want me to, I will. I mean, I don't care what I look like, but but I mean, if it makes everybody feel better, like I'm not racist in any way, shape, or form. I never have been. I don't condone that sort of thing. And again, it's just a means to try and attack people's credibility. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
and then the thing here is that he's threatening. Oh, you're all being reported to the ACL or ADL, whatever it's called. I don't know, but and then I said, wait a second. He's reporting somebody who has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
You're
what
not
is
the girl in
ATL?
that video. That's terrible to do this to people.
What is ACL or AVL? I don't even know what that
I
is.
don't know. I ex Maureen or somebody in the chat, something with uh the Jewish. I
Oh
think
Lord.
it has something to do. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So what now?
ACLU. Okay, so somebody just answered in the chat the ACLU.
Okay, Smiley, what's ACLU? Because like we don't have all these alphabet agencies in Canada. I have no idea what that is. So could someone please tell me? Because I don't know what it is, but all I know is like my blood pressure is starting to boil. Like I am not the one,
Yeah,
people.
it's not fair to do that to you.
It's not. And if
Really
I
not.
did
I
something
know.
wrong or if I made a mistake, I will be the first one on this planet to say, "Hey, you guys, I made a mistake. I fucked up." But absolutely not. I will not tolerate being lied upon ever by anybody.
Exactly.
I don't care how tall you are or what 1%er you say you are a part of. I really don't care who you are. I will
Yeah.
set you straight because if I did it, I'll own it. But don't you dare make up lies on me ever.
Well, Cuban B says it's anti defamation league. It's the ADL, and what he's saying is that she's been in MRE's chats. She's been and she's in Angel Gotti's chats.
Yeah, sure am.
Doy, yes, she is, but she's not the girl in that video.
This is what I mean. So,
It's
like
not
these people,
funny, but
no, it's not. Well, it kind of is in a way, but it's really
in a
not.
way,
But I'm gonna laugh
exactly.
about it because if I don't laugh about it, I'm gonna get angry about it, and that's the reaction they want from me. But these people are not smart enough to tango with me, so don't even come at me because I will make you look. I don't care if you're 6'7", I'll chop you at the knees. So stop your shit. I'm not the one. Knock it the fuck off and quit picking on women, you bullies. And
Yeah, it's
this type of behavior, it's these type of allegations right here that we're talking about that make you all look incredible, like uncredible liars, shit disturbers. You're all foul.
Yeah, and like I said 1,000 times, do what you want to do. But even all my attorneys said the same thing, and they've come on my panel and said it.
Yep.
MRE did not like say never once anything racist when he comes on my panel. He's never said anything racist about Jewish people or anything on his that I've ever seen.
I've never seen it or heard it either, and
Exactly.
yes. And so, like, I mean, this is the parallel that they try and draw. Like, this is the mentality of the low level bottom feeders that we're dealing with, is that
Mhm.
they think one person is everybody. So Angel Gotti is responsible for every single thing that everybody does on the internet. So anything that happens is Angel's fault or Emery's fault or Kim's fault. No, it is not. You guys are
Yeah, I
idiots.
know. This is crazy
It
already.
is.
Really crazy.
Yeah. There we
But
go.
I said, you know what? I contacted you because I said if you wanted to go live, I would have went live.
Well, see, I didn't know. Like you said, send me the streaming yard link, and I was like, sure. Like I would have called you. I would have did anything. Like I'll drive to
Oh
friggin'
yeah,
America, okay, and I'll get a stamp on that
yeah.
passport. Then I'll show them. Like
No,
I'm so sick of these guys. Like like they're not gonna run me. You, keep me out of your reindeer games, guys, because I'm not the one, and I know they're watching. And I know that like they think they're getting to me, but I'm always like I'm a hyped up person, right? So it doesn't take much to get me going. But like I have dealt with bigger and better than these people, and I'm sure you have in your life as well, Angel. Like
yeah,
these people are like churchgoers compared to what I've seen in my day. So there's nothing that they can do to me that will make me afraid, scared. It'll make me scared for them. Not for me though. Like I know
no,
who I am, and I have never once said anything racist. I am not
exactly,
racist. Like it's absolutely
exactly.
ridiculous that we have to spend our time defending our character, our reputation for low level bottom feeder criminals who like to pick on women and repeat themselves, and they all team up as a team and they think they're this great team. I think they're a bunch of losers, every single one of them. I
I
said what I said.
I just don't I don't understand. I first of all, if I thought somebody was doing or
Yeah,
saying something, I would first go check it out before I
me
just
too.
plop something up on the screen.
Me too, but
You
that's
know
the
what I
difference between
mean?
us and them. We're logical.
Yeah.
These people are not. And they don't care if it's true or not. They're just going to run with it because all they care about is just having, this big platform to make people look. I don't know. They must get off on it is what I think, because why else would you be so ignorant to people? I just don't understand.
Yeah. What a shame. Really,
Yeah,
what a shame. Because you came on that night. We had a great night. It was like a big debate.
it was.
With the whole Tony Silo and the
Yeah,
MRE thing. And I thought it
yeah.
was a great, it was a great night.
Discussion. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But whatever. They could have just went back and looked at that and saw that that wasn't you in that video.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you guys want me to cam up, I mean, I have no makeup on, but I still look the same. I mean, and I even have my passport sitting right here beside me. If one of these, big ass biker dudes, like bikers, I'll tell you, if you're a real one percenter, you're not sitting on the internet making fun of women. I'll tell you that right fucking now, because I do know real one percenters and they don't
Right.
roll like this. So, like, tell some more lies, Soul and Valor. Who can believe a word that this guy says? How many lies has he been caught in? Oh, I held this person as he's dying in my arms and he wasn't even in the freaking military. Like, dude, you're a piece of shit. So fuck off. And I'm sorry, Angel. I'm a trucker. I'm sorry, but like, this is my
That's okay.
character.
You're a trucker?
No, I'm really not. But when I get
Oh,
going,
okay.
it flies out because I don't like being accused of something that I didn't do. Right.
Exactly.
And to me, that's
Exactly.
a very serious accusation. And once
Yeah.
it's out there, some people will not bother to do their research. And as you can see, there's a bunch of them and they all group together and they do it for
Yeah.
content because they're not talented enough to draw the crowds that you and MRE draw.
Well, here's the thing. Since you're here, you're saying it's not you, and that's
Yep.
slander.
Yep.
They should take that down because that's really wrong to do that to you. They
Well,
should
and
take
here
it down.
I agree. So here's another fun story that I haven't shared with you guys. And like, I almost got into a legal battle with Corey Feldman, and the reason why we didn't is because we're in two different countries, and it would make it very difficult because, the traveling back and forth. I don't know how that would work. He's in LA, I'm in Canada. Like, I don't know how that the logistics of that would work. So I let it go. But I absolutely addressed everything that he slandered me. Like, this is not my first dance, but it's like, I don't do courts, I don't do things like that. My voice is my most powerful tool, and logic and common sense
Right.
and respect. And like, I mean, people can go through the Wayback Machine. Like, the internet's forever. You can see every video I've ever made. And even when I get going at my worst and I start going off at the mouth, I still never say anything absolutely racist or anything even remotely close.
Exactly. No, I mean, I haven't either, but we're still being accused of being racist.
I know, but for you, I see why they do it to you, because like of your name, and like they think that they can take, because what it does is it creates a storyline, right? So when they go
Yeah.
at you, then you go at them, and then people want to see what's going on. So now they get involved in this nonsense, and that's
Yeah,
how their
but I
channels
don't
grow.
even go back at them.
I
I
know
don't
you
go
don't, but
back at
that's their
them.
wish, right? Like that's
Yeah,
that's
I
what
don't go
they're.
back at them
Yeah,
because I'm not doing it. I've
yeah,
gone back so many times at people. I'm not
I,
doing it anymore.
I
That's
agree.
it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. This is
That's
absolutely insanity. Like,
yeah.
how did I even come up? Like, what did I say something that
I don't
offended?
know. I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't know. I didn't
Be-
watch it.
Because up until tonight, I have never said a word about muscle. I said something about the Miami guy for the first time yesterday, or the
Mhm.
day, yeah, yesterday, because I heard that he was in Brooklyn and I couldn't figure out why, and I was just asking questions.
Mhm.
I still never said anything slanderous about the man, and that I use that word loosely, man. And I've never said anything in terms of any of these people, so they have really no reason to come at me. So I don't understand now why all of a sudden they're trying to start shit with me, because it
I
just
don't
doesn't make
know.
sense.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, this is crazy.
it is.
Do your research. If you think it's her, go through all her videos, and you could clearly see it's not her.
Yeah, yeah, it's not. Okay, here, you know what? Let's just put this to bed right now. Here, let me see.
Okay.
I'll just put my camera on. I don't give a shit if I have no makeup on.
I have no makeup on, and my hair's in a ponytail.
So is mine. So
No.
just a second. So is mine. Hang on, I'm on my phone, so I gotta figure out how to. Okay, here. So which way is it pointing? It's probably pointing the other way. Okay, so here you go. Here I am. Take a
Oh,
good look. Take a screenshot. Can you
we
see
can't
me?
see you. It's total black.
Oh, is it? Hang on. Can you see me
Yeah.
now? Can you see me now?
No, we see a
Oh
light
shit.
in back of
Okay, let me
you.
see if I could change the camera, because I had it backwards last night, because I released a Chinese lantern for BK Shaolin's dog because his dog passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that his
Yeah.
dog died.
Yeah, me too. So okay, hang on, let me see. Camera. Just a minute. I just gotta turn it around.
Good.
So camera one facing front. Okay. All right. Let's see. Is my camera on? I don't know. Nope, not yet. Okay, just a sec. Oops. Start cam. Oh, did it start it? Okay.
Oh, there you are.
Okay, let's see. Because we are in dark. So here I am. Take a
Definitely
screenshot.
not you.
Take a
Exactly.
screenshot. Take a screenshot, do your analysis, send it into the FBI and all these other alphabet agencies, and you can see that this is not me. And if you need more proof for the hooked on phonics people of the land, I have my passport here. So you make any more accusations, you're gonna be getting a fucking nasty phone call from someone you don't want to deal with. So knock it off
I
and leave me the fuck
yeah,
alone.
I think that they need to apologize and take it down.
Yeah. I don't appreciate being slandered. If I did something wrong, I'll own it, but don't you dare say I did something I didn't do.
Yeah,
And try to
exactly.
attack my character and my reputation, because you don't know who sees these videos.
Exactly.
So if like,
Exactly.
if someone
Exactly.
ends up losing their friggin' job over something like this, over this, trust me when I tell you, not only will I sue you, like, oh man, never mind what I'll do. But you don't want to find out. So don't push me to that point, okay? So there it is. I put myself on camera, even with no makeup. I don't care, but I'm not going to be accused of something that I did not do. I am not racist. I do not support that shit. I have never heard MRE, Angel, or anyone in our genre, other than the people on the other side, make any sort of comments that I find offensive. How's that? I'll even put it that far.
Exactly.
So, I don't surround myself with greasy people, okay?
None of us have ever said a word. Look, Marla's a beautiful.
He is.
Marla's beautiful. I love Marla to death. If I was racist, I wouldn't have her on.
Yeah.
And
Or
I love
Josie. Look
her.
at Josie. I love
Yeah,
Josie.
Josie too. Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
she's beautiful.
crazy.
She's funny. She's hilarious. Like,
Exactly.
oh, man, she's hilarious. And I don't understand. Like, what more proof do these people want? Like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, what will suffice for you people on the other side? To you demented people on the other side that like to do nothing positive with your life and just ruin everybody else's. What is it going to take for you to just knock it off and go at it yourselves? Because you know what? Every single one of these people that are attacking all of us, Angel, have attacked each other and now
Yeah.
are friends. So they look absolutely insane, okay, and not
Yeah.
credible. Like
So
I don't get it.
Josie Rye, no, she did not attend and thank MRE for organizing. No, she did not. That is not her.
Did you not see me on camera? Did you not take a screenshot
Yeah.
and send it to your boss? Because I did go on camera and I'll do it again. And I got my damn passport here. So if you want to see that, I would show it. But then somebody might try and copy it because
Oh,
that's the people we're dealing with.
well, you're gonna get a little bunch of weirdos tonight because I
Oh, yeah.
shared this.
Oh, I was
I
wondering.
didn't.
I was like,
I shared it. I didn't know I was gonna be on here, but I shared it
well, I
anyway.
did because he said, send me the StreamYard link. And I was like, okay, because I first wanted to talk to you in private, but then I was like, well, you know
Yeah,
what?
no, I was gonna talk to you on there. You can talk on there in
Oh,
private.
I
That's
didn't
why
know that.
I'm sending it to you.
Well, I've been wanting you on my show for a while, so there we go. This is
All
good. But
right.
and again, like this is an authentic reaction. This is how I would be if this is how anybody would be if they were accused of something they're not.
Yeah, I agree with Carol Quill. Don't show your passport. It's
Yeah,
nobody's business.
yeah, and I look like a fat bastard in my passport because I've lost a lot of weight, and it's very
Uh-huh.
embarrassing when I look back. It's like, oh my god, did I eat myself? Like, what happened? Like, okay, so this is
Uh,
the guy who said that. This what's his name here? This is someone slandered me. I was called a hacker. This is the guy that left the message. The one on the screen. I can't see it. Hang on. I'm on my phone, you guys. I apologize. Kim, I posted the comment. This was a legitimate.
link to the video. I was informing you of the accusation. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay, I appreciate it. I
yeah,
was told some information that may or may not be true, but I didn't know you. I do appreciate you saying it. I was afraid because I've always been told don't click links unless you know the people because they will
yeah,
hack you, and it's
yeah,
happened. So I apologize. I wasn't trying to slander you in any way, shape, or form. I apologize. I appreciate you letting me know. But I don't appreciate these people trying to drag me into their bullshit when I
yeah,
have done nothing to them to cause
yeah,
this.
exactly.
Yeah. So insanity. Absolute insanity. Like, do these people not have a real life? Like, I don't understand their end game here. Like, what is it? What do you want? Like, are you trying to drive people to the brink of insanity? Are you trying to make them like what's your guys' end game? What is it?
I
Like
don't know what the purpose of attacking us is. I don't
women,
know
it
what that
seems.
purpose is.
Am I the only one that it seems to be a common thing that it's women that they really target the most? If they're not targeting each other and now they're best friends, like you guys look like a bunch of jokes. Like
Yeah,
it's
I don't know what that's all about. Uh, I try very, very hard not to respond back because I just don't want any part of it.
well,
And
yeah.
yeah, I don't want any part. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight with these men on here. I
See,
don't want to do it.
and that's the thing. And here's the way that I roll about the situation is that I'm going to address it one time and one time only, and then I'm going to pretend
Yeah,
you don't exist. Because, like I said, people don't take the time to do the research, and they do believe these
yeah,
people. I will defend it, but like you're never going to hear these names coming out of my mouth again, and they can come on here and they can send their troll and do what they do. But I'm very good at icing people out. So I'm not going to talk about it again after tonight, but I'm just clarifying it for the people in the back that you can't go around saying what you want about people with no proof, because there are, if I was a different type of person, there are legal consequences to that. I'm
Mhm.
not that type. Okay. But like just knock it off and stick to your own side. That's all I got to say really about it. You know? It's just it's frustrating, and I understand, Angel. Like, I like coming out here. Like, we had a panel last night. It was like 6 of us up here. We had so much fun. Like, we were
I
laughing.
was watching. I know. I was
Uh,
watching.
it was
Yeah.
so fun. I
Oh
was so
no,
glad
I
that my
didn't watch. I'm sorry. I didn't watch. I watched you this morning. Watched you
oh, well,
this
that's
morning.
okay. But it
Yeah,
was so
yeah.
fun. Like, we were laughing and having a good time. I was so sad that my phone died. I was like, damn, because I wanted to keep going. It was actually fun, right? And I was like, that's what I like getting it all in all this drama. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's not for me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not a drama person, you know?
And you had
Never have been.
King Shades on, and I love King Shades.
I know. And that's what people failed to understand about why he was so upset about that situation, is
Mhm.
because I felt like you guys were really good friends and it really hurt him. Like that, like losing you as a friend, in my opinion, is
King
that it
Shades
hurt him.
never lost me as a friend.
But at the time it felt kind of like that. If
Yeah, but
you
he
know
never
what I'm
lost
saying?
me as a friend. Yeah.
I don't yeah, I don't think he did either. I
No,
see the love
he
still
never
there.
did it. He
I
knows he
still see the
didn't.
yeah, and I still see the love there, but like I can see why that would hurt him, because it's like he really cares about you, and when people are slamming your character and it makes people question you, it makes you feel a certain type of way. So I totally understand where he's coming
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
So but
Sometimes when you know, some like there was this one person who got involved and did and said things,
uh-huh,
and I was blinded because of that other person.
right.
So even though King Shades was like the in the middle of that,
Yeah,
it's because I saw things that King Shades didn't know about. You
right.
understand? I
Yeah,
saw things that he had no idea about,
right.
and I tried to tell him, but I wasn't going to say these things publicly.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I mean, I told him privately,
Yeah.
but yeah, I believe that that he was I'm not going to say he was taken advantage of. I think that there was a lot of things going on behind the
The
scenes
scenes.
that he didn't know about.
I agree
I'll
with that
just say
statement, and
that.
I don't
That's
know. Like, I'm very far removed, and I nor do I even want to know what happened in that
yeah,
scenario. And I think we're talking about the same
exactly.
thing. None of my business. Don't care. It doesn't make anybody look good in any way, shape, or form. So I have no opinion on it. It's just something that I would detach myself personally
Mhm.
from. But that's just me, right? But like, it's everybody's different, and it sucks being that person in the middle. It really does suck being that person in the middle when you're friends with both of these parties, and it's like, oh man, I don't want to say
Yeah,
anything, because you don't want to upset anybody. You don't want to seem like you're not a loyal
exactly.
friend, or that you don't believe them. And perception is, I don't want to say is everything, but I mean, it is a big thing. Like, people used to say perception is reality. Well, no, it's not.
Mhm.
Facts are reality. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's the way I see it. But I don't know. I don't understand these people. It seems like they have no good content. It's just coming out here talking shit about other people. And hey, whatever floats your boat, but that just tells me who you are as a person. You know? I
No,
don't
exactly.
And you do
Exactly.
great shows. Like, you have interviews, you do a lot of different things. I mean, very interesting. It's never just one thing, right? Like, these people on the other side, they can't do that. They don't have the
I
ability
know.
to do that.
I know.
So,
I know. And let me just answer Midwest Mobsters. Yes, it's on my show that we did, because even though he took it down, it's still we still played it on there. And I have to say that you could have knocked me over, because that I was shocked that that video was up. I mean, not that it was up. I was shocked that that even happened, for two reasons. One, that he was recorded without knowing it. And
Yeah.
then two, that that somebody was saying it wasn't him when it's clearly him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Jeez.
I was just really I was so many things were going through my head. I said, "Holy shit."
Yeah, I
Like,
totally
holy
understand.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I asked one of my friends today if you were recording me in a
Yep.
conversation and you never told me about it until a few weeks later, I would be furious.
I would too, and I would feel like it's a betrayal.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just me. And why are you recording phone calls with friends?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I could
I
see if it
don't
was
know.
somebody you didn't trust, or if it was, if well, I don't know. No, I
I
really
have
couldn't. But
never I've been accused of recording somebody, some
yeah,
weirdo. I've
yeah,
never recorded anybody ever. I would never do that. That's like
neither have
being
I.
an FBI agent. That's
Yeah,
what
you
the
might as.
FBI does. I don't
Yeah,
do shit like that.
yeah,
And I would be furious if one of my friends was recording me and I didn't know it.
me too. Me too. And yeah, I've never recorded anybody either ever. Like, it's not that. Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, but I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I can't understand the logic of these people or what kind of life they've had that this is the type of things that they need to resort to. Or they're like, most people don't even think of these kinds of things to do to people, especially people you call friends.
Yeah,
If that's how you treat your
exactly.
friends, what do you do to your enemies?
Yeah.
Like, holy, I don't know. If you guys hear banging in the background, I don't live in the hood and it's not gunshots, it's fireworks. It's a long
No,
weekend
we don't
here.
hear it.
Okay, good, because it's very loud and I'm thinking, oh my God, like what a show to have the fireworks
Yeah,
going on.
Midwest Mops is, from what I understand, yeah, he's annoyed with me, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit there and lie. He's annoyed with me. I saw him on two other people's shows, saying that what did I do? What's the word? I keep forgetting it. Oh, sandbagged and disrespected him.
Yeah.
I didn't think I sandbagged him because every
No.
person that wanted to come up, I asked, and he said yes. So I
Yeah.
don't know how I sandbagged him. And the one person he didn't want up there, I didn't bring up.
Well, and here's what we don't understand from the logical side of things, and the people that do see reality is why he would lie about something so small. And when you lie about the little things, you're going to lie about the big things. So now that's going to call into question every story, everything now. How can we
Yeah,
trust you?
I
And
feel
why
I
would you
feel
even
bad
lie?
because listen. I'm gonna say this again, and people can get mad at me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I feel very, very bad, and I feel sorry for parents who have lost their child.
I do too.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
And no matter what, I always feel sorry for people. I always make allowances because I say,
I know you do.
what, when their child died, a piece of them died too. Maybe
Yes.
their mind, their heart, whatever.
Yes.
Because I
Yes.
saw I saw how this has changed my mother.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how many years, 30, 40, 50
Yep.
years, it doesn't matter.
You're
it
right.
it changes them. So
Yep.
I have the patience for people who have lost a child. And but to go somewhere else and say that I sandbagged him, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
To me, that's just a deflection technique when people
Yeah.
don't want to admit to something. And I agree with you. I lost a brother. He wasn't murdered. He died of natural causes. But
Right.
my mom, like till the day she died, and it had been I don't know how many years, over 20 years, and she never got over it. So I understand that as well, and I do have that sympathetic side for that aspect of it. But at the same time, and maybe he does have PTSD. I have PTSD, but I
I
don't
think
make
that
up
he does.
stories.
I
Yeah,
think that
I
makes
do
the
too,
most
but I don't make up stories. The only reaction that my PTSD causes is extreme anger at times, but it's warranted. It's not like I just fly off the handle, but I handle
right.
things differently because you go into fight or flight and it's a different reaction than somebody else might have. But it doesn't make me, so maybe there's something more to it that we're not aware of. And I would never make fun of him for losing a son. I know what it did to my mom as well. So I get that, but I don't understand the lying. Okay. That's what I don't get.
Yeah. But there was a lot of things that he was telling the truth about when
Right.
this whole thing, went down with Cane Shades. He never said anything about Cane Shades. Cane Shades was left out of it.
Right.
It was two other people that he was, complaining
Right.
about, telling me about, sending me text messages and this and that. So it was never Cane Shades. I just used to say to Cane Shades, is there something wrong with you? You're looking right at him. He doesn't look like that guy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But, Cane Shades thought it was him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. That's the thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand saying that you did something that I don't know if you really did or not, because now you're saying that that wasn't you on the recording. It was clearly it's you.
Yeah. Very clearly. And I asked multiple people, I was like, am I insane? And I sent the clip and we all like there's the only person who said it wasn't him was him. Of course, right? But it's just like I mean, I don't understand why it's such a small detail. Like even if a person lies, if you admit it, I might not trust you fully, but I can respect that you own up to it
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But when you still are like the proof is there, and you're still denying it, like now I'm questioning your sanity. Okay.
Wait,
Like are we
who said that he said Keen Shades had disappearing gun charge?
what? Who? I
I
can't see
don't
the chat,
know.
hun.
Oh,
What
I'm looking at the chat. Somebody
yeah.
that just flew by me. Hold on. Oh, Cuban B. He said Shades had disappeared gun charges the other night, which is another complete lie. I never heard him say that.
I do remember, I don't know if it was the other night, but I do remember there was a stream on your show, and I want to say it was very fresh around the time that things happened, and things were
Yeah.
called into question about a gun charge and something about a domestic violence charge. And Kate, from what I understand, and if I remember correctly, Kane Shades did come up and address those issues.
Yes.
And actually, he also
Yes.
readdressed them recently on the bodega again to clarify
Yes.
for,
But the one night we were on,
yeah,
and Kane Shades just said, drop the link. He texted me and said, I want to come on. I dropped the link. So we were just hanging out and, not talking about anything specific. And all of a sudden, Kane Shades just started telling all of us, about his past. And I was floored.
right.
Like I was like, what, can't you, like, why are you doing this? You don't need to do this. But
Yeah.
he wanted to get it off his shoulders. And every single thing that they are, like, oh, Blockbuster News, we knew about because he told us.
Yeah.
He told
Yep.
us everything. So
Yep.
I don't understand why, 6, 7, 8 months later, this is Blockbuster News. No. And first of all, a certain someone made it look like he had 5 different domestic violence, and he didn't. And here's another thing: since everybody wants to say, well, this person was never charged, well, neither was Kane Shades.
Right.
Neither was he.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think he was charged with one thing, but it didn't have anything to do with that. It was something else. I don't remember right now. But he wasn't charged. So how could you fight for something on one side, on your side? All right, this guy was never charged. Okay. Well, neither was Kane Shades.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the different rules for different fools. Like what's good for
Right.
one is good for all. So if you're
Right.
excusing it on that side, and I agree, Kane Shades has been very forthcoming about stuff, and I think that's a sign of, you want to get this off your shoulders. You want to be true about who you are. He explained the situation, and I can't even say if I was the one in the situation that I wouldn't have done the same thing. Like with
Yeah.
with the stepfather situation, right? And
Listen,
I don't.
I spoke to, and that's another thing. And I told everybody this. I spoke to his stepfather.
Right.
His stepfather told me I love him. He's not my stepson. He's my son. And he
Aw,
told me what happened. Yeah, he
aw,
did. And and sorry, but you people don't know when people put certain things up and they say this and that. I spoke to the father,
yeah.
and the father was very, very upset about this. Very upset that people were saying, something bad about Kane Shades. He said, I love him like a son. He's not my stepson. He's my son.
Aw,
Yeah.
that almost is gonna make me cry because like
Yeah.
that's really sweet. Like I mean, and that's a man with integrity. Like I
Yeah.
mean, and like I can forgive almost anything. Like I don't care what you tell me, as long as it's the truth. I can almost look past almost anything, not everything. But if you lie to me, it's a whole different ballgame now. Like I mean, now I don't trust you, and if I don't trust you, then I can't roll with you because I don't believe anything you say. Like when trust is gone, there's nothing left. So
Yeah. I feel bad because he's a good man.
he
King Shades
is.
is a good man,
He
and he
is.
didn't deserve what happened to him. And then he gets doxxed because he makes novellas. He's using everybody's own words,
I
your
know.
own words. So if you don't like your own words played, then don't say it. Don't
Exactly.
say them.
Exactly. And I understand that so much because that's exactly what I did in a different genre, and I got the same treatment. And it's like, listen, I'm not making anything up. I'm playing his damn own video. Like, how do you? And believe me, I don't know how to alter or edit anything. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
techie. Okay, so like it is what it is. Here's the link. Go check it out. Like I, I'll tell you too much truth than I'll never lie. Like I'd rather deal with the truth on any level than any sort of lie. You know what I mean? Like that's just me personally. Others are different, but that's the way I look at the situation. And that's what it is. And when I see people, in my opinion, getting railroaded for no reason, when I feel like they've been nothing but honest and transparent
Mhm.
and really authentic, then I stand up for those people. I always have my whole life, like right from the time I was
Mhm.
a kid. So it's just that's who I am.
Well,
And
I've gotten in so much trouble defending.
so have I, but I'm not going to change
Yeah,
who I am to make them comfortable. Screw
I
them,
know. I've
right? Like,
gotten in plenty of trouble for defending people,
yeah, I
but
know, I know.
that's the way I am. Like I was ready to defend you tonight because I knew that wasn't you in that video. I know
Oh,
1,000% it wasn't you in that video. So yeah, that's why I said, like, do you want to respond to that?
well, and the stupid me doesn't even realize we could talk backstage, or you could do it. I was just like right on it. I'm
Yes.
like, oh,
Oh,
but yeah,
that's
it's
so
like,
funny.
oh.
That's funny.
But that's the way I am. Like, I'll deal with the issue right head on. Like, I'm not going to hide. I'm not going to, like go into hiding or change anything about me because this bullshit rumor is floating around. Like, maybe they need glasses. I know I need better glasses. I'll be the first to admit it. But if they think that girl is me, like she's probably 20 pounds less than what I weigh. So woo woo, okay. But it's
Yeah.
not me. And I certainly wouldn't be at no Hitler party, okay? Like that guy is better off dead, okay? Like fuck him.
Yeah.
But that's again, like don't if you can't prove your point with the truth, then you're certainly not gonna make a point with a lie. Okay. That's just me. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm living in a clown world. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Heidi said, Angel, you are too forgiving. People take your kindness for weakness. True.
Yes,
True.
they
Yeah,
do.
I am. You know why?
But
Because I
you
just
also
feel
have
like,
a button. You also have a
yeah, I
threshold. And then
do.
it's like, no, no. Then Angel Boulevard comes out and it's like, yes, got my popcorn. Go, girl.
Yeah, no, that's not what I said, Richard. I didn't say that. I said that I feel that people who have lost a child have lost like maybe some part of their mind,
Yeah.
or they
It's
they
not
don't
the
act.
natural order.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they
not
don't
the
act
natural
the
order.
way they normally, used
Yeah,
to
like
before
a
they
parent
had
is
a
not
child.
a parent in their mind is supposed to go before the children. And I'm coming. My mom did the same thing. I watched my mom for years, and it was so sad. And yes, it did change her, but it didn't make her like it depressed her, yes, but it
Yeah.
didn't. But then everybody's different, you know. But I'm not trying to make excuses for lying because to me, there's no
No,
excuse.
I know. I
You
know. I
know,
just have a lot of patience for
I know, but you got to be careful, Angel,
people.
because
I
people see that,
know.
and
I
there's a lot of
know.
greasy fucks out here, and they will see,
I
and they know
know.
that about you, and they're going to be like, I can just, as long as I sound really sorry, she's going to forgive me. But there's going to be a time when it's going to be like, no, I don't forgive you. You're an asshole. Now it's game on. I used to be the same way, and then I was like, you know what? I'm sick of it. Like, I'm not going to change who I am to make others comfortable. Like, what you did was
Yeah.
wrong, and then they turn it around on us somehow, and it's like, no, that's some sort of gaslighting bullshit. No,
Yeah, that's exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But see, I just feel like, you know what, life is too short. And all right, they're sorry. All right, so okay, fine, you're sorry. I'm sorry. Don't bother me, and I won't bother you. That's my attitude all the time.
Well,
Sometimes it's not good.
Well, to me, the best apology is change behavior.
Yeah.
Like words mean absolutely nothing. It's your actions that show me everything
Mhm.
about you and who you are, whether you know it or not. Like it's like I can see it, you know, and that's just me. And I used to be like you, but then you get stabbed in the back so many times that life kind of is like, okay, you got to protect your heart more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like because in the end, we're putting ourselves through our own misery by keep giving people chance after chance after chance. Like, no, now
Yeah.
it's like one and
Okay.
done. Okay. Like not no. Because they're just gonna take
Joey
advantage of that.
Cards, Angel didn't say your name once tonight, so buzz
What
off.
what did he say? What's I can't see the
Angel's
chat. What's
got
happening?
a lot to say about Joey. I didn't say your name once.
No, your name has not been brought up. Nobody's name other than Kane Shades and Silo and Chicago Muscle, because
Yeah,
apparently I was at Hitler's birthday party. So yeah, those are the only names. Oh, and MRE's name has been mentioned, but other than
yeah,
that, I don't believe anybody else's name has been mentioned. But see, this is the thing, and this is the thing that I will not allow, and this is probably a good thing that I can't see the chat, is
uh-huh.
people make you feel bad for just having a conversation. We're not saying anything slanderous about
Exactly,
anybody. We're just
exactly.
we have the right to speak
Oh
our
no, I
minds.
did say that I didn't think it was right that if my friend recorded me without knowing, I would be very upset. I did say that. I own that.
But you didn't even say it was Joe that did it. Is that
No,
who
I
it
didn't
was?
say his
I thought
name
it
at
was
all.
MB.
Yeah.
I thought
No, I didn't say his name at all.
See, I didn't even know that. I thought it was NB. I didn't even know it was Joe. So there you go. Like I didn't even
Yeah.
know that. See? Okay, there you go. So that's I need to process that before I comment. Uh, that's Can I ask why that
Yeah,
conversation was
see,
recorded?
Angela and I don't know, you'd have to ask him why. Angela and I, we get into it all the time. Uh, because she thinks differently than I do. Everybody thinks, oh, whatever she does, I do, or whatever I say, she has to say. But she says forgiveness is okay, but doesn't mean you have to be friends or even cordial. Accept the apology and say goodbye. And
That's
sometimes I
right.
have.
Yep.
Sometimes I have.
I agree with that.
Yeah, sometimes I have. And sometimes I haven't.
Yep. It depends on, how long you've known the person. Like, I mean, if it's a friendship of 40 years and you haven't had many issues and it was a one off, then yeah, I would forgive. But if it's
Yeah.
somebody I met on the internet who's done nothing but cause harm and strife everywhere they go, then you don't deserve a second chance. You need rehabilitation and mental health help.
Or just
That's just my
yeah,
opinion.
just leave me alone.
Yeah, don't speak my name. Don't get me involved in your
Yeah,
reindeer games, and I won't
exactly.
have an opinion. How's that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Wow. See, I didn't even know that. I thought it was NB.
I don't know. We still don't really even know, do we?
No, we don't know. And you know what?
Yikes.
At this point, I don't even freaking want to know. Don't tell me. Like, leave me
Yeah,
out of it.
exactly.
Because I don't want to, like, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to be made to feel like I'm on eggshells and I can't speak my mind freely because somebody's going to feel some type of way about it. That's a you problem. That's
Yeah,
not my problem.
exactly.
Like, I can say whatever I want because I know at night I can sleep because I didn't do anything greasy, right? That's
Exactly.
yeah, that's my opinion.
Richie Aprile, Maureen can actually, like, we're mature enough that Maureen can actually have friends that I don't like, and I'm not going to get mad at her or fight with her or take it out on her. She can have with whoever friends she wants. I have nothing to do with her friends, and that's it. She wants to be friends with him. She could be friends with him. I'm not going to fight with her over it.
See, that's another thing that people don't understand, and I don't get it because we are not like teenagers, okay? So at one time, I used to
Exactly.
think loyalty meant like, oh, if my friend wasn't friends with this person, I couldn't be either. And then I realized, when I got above 20, like that's not what loyalty is, okay? And nor would I ever even think on any level whatsoever, even if I was married or whatever, I would never tell somebody who they can and cannot associate with.
Thank
That has
you.
that has nothing to do with our friendship at all. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a
Exactly.
separate entity. And the people that feel the need to control others, that tells me so much more about you than it does about me. Right? Like that's your beef. That's your issue. You know? So I agree
Uh,
with that. You like if and it doesn't mean I have to be friends with them. It just means that's a subject that we don't talk about. That's all.
yeah, exactly. And she knows him uh as long as she knows us, and I'm not going to tell her, oh, you have to pick and choose. And as far as I know, he hasn't told her that either. So we're mature enough that we can, you know, I can handle that she's friends with someone that I do not like. I can
Y-
handle that.
Yeah, I can too.
And so can Angela. Angela doesn't go at Maureen because she's friends with somebody that we don't like.
I don't even know the person you're talking about. So yeah,
Oh, kitten.
okay, that's who I thought. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, I think the guy's a tool, but I mean, hey, if she wants to be friends with him, I'll have at it. Like that's her business, it has nothing to do with me at all. And that's the thing that people need to realize. You guys out here, we're not children. Okay? Stop behaving like children. Be mature. You can agree to disagree. If you don't like a person, you don't need to make 3,000 videos about them. You don't need to slander them. You don't need to make up stories. You just need to not engage.
exactly.
And either it's a method, right? You either engage or you enrage. So if
Exactly.
you can't talk, you're just gonna throw around insults. That tells me who you are. It tells me how
Exactly.
you roll. It's a methodical move. I totally understand it on a psychological level, and you're not gonna beat me at it. So take your bullshit somewhere else.
Yeah. And exactly. See, Angela says, I know her heart. Exactly. She can neither one of us, Ange or I, have ever said to Maureen, how could you be friends with him? No, if anything, we tell her, you better stay friends with him.
Keep them sane.
keep, keep on the up and up with him. Because what he did to Angela, he'll do to you in a heartbeat.
Right?
So we
Yeah.
tell her, you better stay friends with him.
Keep the what is it? Ativan on hand.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, we don't have a problem with her being friends with him. Not at
Maybe
all.
that's a guy thing. I don't know. Like, don't tell me we're more mature than men, but I don't know. Is that the way most men think? Like, okay, I'm enemies with this person. That means you have to be too, or you're not my friend. Like, are we on the playground? Because that's what it was
Yeah,
like for me. Yeah, like that's what it feels like out here. That's why I just make jokes about it because it's like I've seen all this shit before that I handle it so different than everybody else. Like I laugh about it. I'm not gonna let anybody know what bothers me because they're gonna use it against you. That's what they do because they're not intelligent enough to do their own thing and be successful at it. So they're gonna attack your character, and that's how they get their people. Well, good quality of people you're dealing with then, right?
yeah,
You know what am I wrong?
yeah.
Like that's just my opinion. If people think differently, have at it. Like I will never tell you what to think, what to say, where to go, who to hang out with. That's not my methods.
And people keep blaming me and going after me for things that other people do, but I'm the same way. I don't tell anybody, oh, you better not go here, you better not do this, you better not say that. I can't do that. I
I
cannot
know.
do that. to
I would feel
anyone.
so weird doing that. Like, I would feel like, who the hell am I? Like, you know who does that? Is a controlling, abusive husband.
Yeah,
That's who
exactly.
does that.
Exactly.
And do you know why I know that? Because I've been down that road before. Okay. So why do you think I know what I'm talking about? And when I see all of these things happening, it's like, it makes me wonder if your wife's okay. Do you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
oh
Do you know what
wow.
I'm saying? Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
if you're treating,
sometimes, did you ever think of sometimes they can't get away with that at home, so they'll get on the internet and do it?
no.
Oh,
Well,
maybe,
maybe, but
maybe.
I think no, I think that they're showing their true authentic selves, and it makes me wonder about the safety of their wife and if they're like being held a prisoner is what it makes me wonder because again, speaking from experience, um, you know, I think it was on MRE show they were talking about like abusive situations and they didn't understand how women didn't leave, and it's like you don't understand first of all the cycle of abuse, but secondly, when you're living with someone and your finances are commingled and everything, like it's not just as easy as it sounds to just up and leave at times for people, and sometimes it's more than just a financial issue, sometimes it's a fucking safety issue. Okay. And like you can leave once, it takes an average of 7 times to leave an abusive a husband. Like there's a lot of things people don't know, and I didn't know
Yeah,
at the time. For my younger self, I'm speaking to my younger self now.
okay.
You know what I mean? Because like this is years gone by. I've learned a lot since then and whatever, whatever. But these are the things that I've taken away as lessons from it. So now when I see them early on, these signs, I just go the other way. Because it's like I'm not gonna live a repeat
No,
of
right.
my
Right.
past when I know it didn't work
Right.
the first time. You know what I mean? Like that's just my opinion. They're gonna take it away as I'm calling them all like women beaters, and that's not what I said. And rational people will understand what I just said, but like the irrational, I'll be like, oh
No,
yeah, blah, blah.
exactly.
But it's just this is
Exactly.
YouTube. You know, we need psych evaluations out here. No, like very few people pass them. Okay, it's just it is what it is. But like I've learned not to take this shit seriously. But when you're throwing around accusations, like if that got into someone's job or some sort of shit, because I've seen people call people's jobs, that's wrong, you guys. Don't be calling people's jobs. Don't be calling people's landlords. Don't be trying to get them all jacked up for YouTube beefs. That's retarded. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's immature. It has one has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the other. And
I
I don't even know how they can draw the parallel between them.
listen, as soon as somebody gets mad at me for something that either I said or I thought or
Yep.
somebody else thought or somebody else said, um, I get hit with either they go after my kids or now
Yep.
Tony Pizza said that I'm a drug addict and a drunk. I'm a pill
What?
popping.
Oh God.
It's like you can't win on here. You just can't win. Somebody is gonna get mad at you, and when they get mad at you, they go for your jugular and they make up
Yeah.
lies. Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's a playbook. And if you don't believe it, then look up on every single tyrant in this world. And it is a playbook. All of these methods are
Yeah.
what they do. And people don't see it. And like I said, you know, be careful with how much you share and who you show what to, because, you know, if they can find a weakness, they're gonna take a small crack and make it a gaping hole because that's all they got, because they have the brains to do nothing else with their lives. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Uh,
This is crazy that we even have to sit here and explain this
yeah,
shit.
I know.
It's like we're talking to toddlers right now. Like, I mean, grow up, you people, and stop it. And if you can't run a show without being talented and funny and engaging, then you know what? Maybe YouTube isn't for you. Okay? Maybe you need counseling or
Uh, you're not kidding. Um, I'm not even going to answer that. It's none of my business. I don't care who calls who on what. I don't care. It's none of my
see,
business.
I'm glad I can't see the comments right now.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
know.
And people are free to say and think what they want, but it doesn't mean like
Exactly.
I'm not gonna bend a knee. I am strong enough mentally to say no, you're wrong, and you're not gonna manipulate me, and you're not gonna change my mind. And I'm very strong willed, and I'll to spite you, I'll do what I want every
Yeah.
time. And maybe that's what people hate about women like us or me. I know you, and don't mistake, like I have a big heart too, but I also have a limit. And I make sure that I don't make emotional decisions. I make logical ones.
See,
And it's
I
like,
make emotional.
and that's the mistake because
Exactly, it
the
is.
logical ones will tell you, like the logical decisions will say, what is best for me? Is this in my best interest to allow this person to have another opportunity to hurt me the same way? And then when it happens again, like what's that saying? Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, but three times is a pattern.
Yeah, yeah,
There you
something like
go.
that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I might have switched the order of it, but you
yeah,
understand the point that
yeah.
I'm trying to make. Yeah. So it's like, I look at people's behavior because people are good at feeding you lines of bullshit and, oh, I'm a salesman and I'll tell you everything you want to hear. But behind your back, I'm going to say this and this and this and plan this and send this. And like, no, that's not a friend. Okay.
Yeah. Agnostic said YouTube would be a much better place if Angel just admits it's all her fault.
Okay, here, let me put it out there. It's Kim Strippin's fault for everything that everyone does. It's Angel Gaudi's fault for everything that happens in this world. There's fireworks going off in the background right now. It's her fault. It's my fault. You're an asshole. It's our fault that you guys are an asshole. So we got it
Why?
covered.
Yeah. Why do you have fireworks going on in the background?
Because it's a long weekend in Canada. It's Victoria Day, so everybody had it's fireworks. Every long weekend we usually have fireworks. Like your 4th of July, we do that every kind of long weekend here in the summer.
Oh, is that for Queen Victoria?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. So yeah,
Oh wow. That's one of my favorite movies
was what?
was Victoria. Young Victoria, I think it was called. It's one of my favorite movies.
I don't know if I ever seen it.
Oh, you have to watch it. It's with Emily Blunt. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I mean, no matter how much logic we put out there and how many facts and how much sense we make, there's still people in the back that are just they're deaf, they're dumb, they hear nothing, they see nothing. Like it's just you're not gonna reach them. And that's not my goal. Like I'm not here to teach anybody anything. I'm telling you my experience. Take away
Yeah.
from it what you will. Or continue to be an asshole and keep making the same mistakes. And let's see how your life works out for you in the end. Okay?
How,
I'm just saying what I've done.
yeah. Now you know MRE a lot longer than we do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And um I know that there was a problem with him in the past, and
Yes.
you chose to stick by him and defend him, and
Yeah.
that cost you a lot of your friends, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay. So
Um,
you
y-
know what this is like, what all this is about. You know that,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes, but I'm also the type of person that, like, from the time I was a kid, okay, like I talked about this one night on a live. There was a
Okay.
little disabled boy, and his name was Richard, and he had cerebral palsy. And all the kids, they would steal his walker, they'd knock him down. I would fight the kids on the playground, and it was like, I would stand up for the Richards of the world, okay. And I handled the situation wrong at the time with the MRE thing. Not that I would have changed my mind about it because I feel like I did the right thing, but the way I handled it with my friends was not the right reaction. I have
Okay.
since made up with some of them. Um, but that was also during a very difficult time of my life that I'm not going to disclose on here because why give the trolls, food, right? Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
but that's my business. But I didn't agree with the way that things come out, but I also handled it wrong. Would I have done anything differently? Do I regret my decision? No. I wish the situation was handled differently. I wish that we had all had a conversation. But what I felt like at the time was that they had already done the judge, the jury, the execution, and I was there to hit the fucking electric chair button. And when I didn't, because I was like, wait a minute, why are we doing background checks on people that are supporting us? Like that's the part that I couldn't get past, right? And it was
Yeah.
just like, and I looked at it and then I talked to MRE and I asked them all the questions you did, like the same whole thing, like everything. Like I had questions. I'm gonna ask
And
questions if I
did
don't
you do it
understand.
publicly? Did you do it publicly? Like
Uh
we
I
interviewed him four different times. Did you do that publicly or just privately?
Well, first I reached out to him privately, okay, and then I
Okay.
asked him about it, and he explained everything. And then what I was going to do was set up a live for him to do with my friend Susie, and he felt like he would have been on the firing squad, which I can understand. And we've had the conversation since, and he's like, I kind of wish I did do that. I didn't at the time, and I understand why he didn't. And this whole thing could have been squashed at that time, but
Right.
again, like hindsight's 2020, right? But it's just I have always been very like I'll just do what I want. Like I'm not going to be easily influenced by anybody. I'm just maybe it's a good
Exactly.
quality, maybe it's not. I don't know, but that's just the way I've had to be in my life because of things that have happened in my life. Like
Yeah.
it's very few times that I can actually lean on people because they're not worth leaning on. I have a few that I do
Exactly.
and I let close, and then everybody else I have a wall up around. And it takes me a long time to put that wall down because I need to see who you are. Like, I need to see your heart. I need to see what you think
Yeah.
about things. I need to see how you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can dress things up and say all the right things, and especially guys, they're great at doing that, right?
Hmm.
But it's your actions that show me who you are. How do you treat others? How, just little things that I look for that shows a person's character and integrity and loyalty and honesty
Right.
and all of the if we don't share the same values, I can respect that. Like you're different than me. But if you're like a low down, shady, greasy person, like you're not somebody I want to spend my time with, and that's just my choice. That's my choice. Just like
Exactly.
it could be their choice to not be with around me. And hey, I'm not for everyone. I know that, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter. Like I'm okay with who I am. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, I know I haven't done anything to hurt anybody, to screw anybody over. I haven't done
Hmm.
anything behind anyone's back. I don't have to worry about this coming out or that. Like, and all of these people we're talking about, they cannot honestly say the same. They can't
Exactly.
because there's videos of it. That it's like if you choose to have a selective memory, like let's pull up the video and remind you because we didn't forget. Maybe you did, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Exactly. And a lot of things, like there's very few people on here can actually say that they met MRE, and
yeah,
when you meet him, he's totally different than what how he appears on here.
yeah.
Totally different.
That's why I came up on your panel that night because when I heard you talking about how he was sitting with you guys at supper and the chicken pot pie,
Yes.
we're gonna get you famous on that chicken pot pie, girl,
I
because everybody wants the Angel Gotti chicken pot pie. Okay, like it has
know.
got fires going all over the United States for that
I
chicken pot
know.
pie. But when I heard it, I was like, that is a friendship, and that's why I came up. So I was just coming up to share my experience with you,
Mhm.
and then of course, Tony Silo had to come up and insert himself, which it had nothing to do with him. I wasn't talking about him at all, but
Right.
I felt like in my opinion, and if I'm wrong, I will admit I'm wrong because I don't know him on a personal level. But what I felt like was that I was making sense to you and you were listening, and he didn't want that. Is what I felt like, and I could be wrong. And if I am, I'll say I'm sorry, I'm wrong. But that's just my opinion.
I don't he's God's honest truth is he and I never had a conversation that I can remember about MRE.
Then why did he come up on the panel and come at me
Yeah,
so
I don't
aggressively when I
remember.
was so
I
like
don't remember.
I purposely kept my calm because I can go off like a firecracker too, but I was like, that's not going to help the situation. I need to keep my head cool and just, but it's like, why did he come at me so hot when I've never said anything up until like, and the only
Yeah.
thing I've ever said about him was, why won't you just say that it was you, Tony Sil or Vinny, whatever your fucking name is, your alias. Like,
Yeah,
just say it was you.
I don't ever remember. First of all, I've never really I've spoken on the phone with him maybe 3 times maybe.
Yep. Yep.
And I don't ever remember it being about MRE. Like
Right. So that's
we
what I
never
couldn't
discussed
understand.
it.
Yeah, I couldn't understand his position because it was like he came out there
Yeah.
and he was hot and it was like, what? What's going on here? I don't get it. Like, why? Because you weren't even that mad, and it was like you were the one who was friends with MRE, and it's like I
Yeah.
couldn't understand the reaction.
I have to go back and watch that one. You remember what it was called?
Oh God. No.
I've been watching some old ones,
Yeah.
and I I have to go back and watch that. Like, I have to find that one that night because I don't remember why he jumped up there. I just remember you and I were having a great conversation, but there was somebody else too, right? Someone else.
Yeah, Adam was also on the panel. I love Adam. I don't know
Adam,
how
that's
that guy has.
right.
Oh my God, he's got one-liners and he does it with a straight face. Like he's so
Yes.
entertaining. Yeah, so he was up there, Marla, and then Silo come out, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, and then I felt bad because you're like, I feel like I'm in the middle, and it's like I did
Yeah.
not want that. Like I was just coming out to say my experience of what happened when I went through it, so you
Right.
could understand because I know what it's like to be that person in the middle, and it's like you don't know what to think, you don't know what to do, and everything is wrong in someone's eyes. Right. So
Yeah.
I would just wanted to come up there and say, hey, like I've been through this. I get it. Like, you know what I mean? And use your judgment. Do what you think is best for you. Like follow your heart in this case.
And look at Adam. Adam, first of all, he's very intelligent. He's a very
Yeah.
intelligent man. I mean, he's been a criminal attorney, you name it, he's done it. And
Yep.
he was on the panel with MRE,
Yeah.
and MRE didn't have a problem with him, and he didn't have a problem with MRE. So who was anybody else to, pass judgment like that? Like they didn't have a problem with each other. And Adam's brutally honest too.
Yeah.
Adam,
I
the
love
only
people like
thing,
that.
yeah, the only thing Adam said is something like, if if he wants to get if he wants to have a tattoo like that or whatever he said, like who cares,
Yeah.
like who cares?
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's
now
not something I would get on my body, but I'm not gonna
no,
like tattoo is a form of art for whatever reason. It could have different meanings. I've never asked him why he got it, nor do I care.
exactly. Oh,
Well,
I did
actually, I actually did.
publicly.
Well, I didn't ask him. He told me why he got it, but and that's whatever. But like honestly, everybody has different. Like some people get skull tattoos. Like it has different meanings to them. I don't know. Does it mean they're a killer because they have a skull? I don't know. Like let's make that stretch since we're on YouTube and that's how it goes. Like
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
said if people only met him in person, I don't think that half of this stuff would be going on because he's totally different than what he appears on the internet. I'm telling
yeah.
you all, you have no idea.
Yeah. Well, and you can just tell, like when he's out in public, he says hello to people. Like I remember he was taking his dog for a walk one night, and some
Yeah.
old man had been attacked and just been attacked, and the guy was scared. And he's like, "Help me! I'm on the ground. I can't get up." And he's like, I'll stay with you, sir. I'll help. I'll get you help." And he's like, "Are they gone?" He's like, "Yeah, I've got my dog and I've got dog spray." He's like, "I'll make sure you're safe until." Like that. That is a thoughtful person. Some people like that are rolling around these streets pretending to be good people. They just walk on by. But he
Yeah,
helped the guy
yeah.
that he didn't even know. I would do the same. 100%. I would do the same. But it's just everybody's different and everybody that's what makes us all unique. If we were all the same, dude, it would be a boring world, okay? Like maybe instead of using people's differences against them, why not use it as an opportunity to say, hey, maybe they got a point, or maybe I'm wrong about this, or maybe they're not for me. But like, how about you just stop bullying people? Because in this day and age, like it's going too far, man. Someone's gonna get shot or they're gonna commit suicide or something bad is coming. Okay, it is.
I say it all the time. I
I know, and
say
I
it all
don't
the
want to see
time.
it.
I said it. Somebody's gonna really get hurt.
Yes,
Somebody's gonna hurt themselves. And how do
yes.
you live with yourself if you were the reason why somebody hurt themselves?
Well, as a
How
person
do
that
you
has
live with that?
PTSD with
Yeah,
whose husband did commit suicide, that I tried to prevent in every way, shape, and form, I still have guilt, and it wasn't my fault. But the trolls on here have told me that it is. They looked up his obituary. They've done all kinds of greasy shit, and I've heard it all. So there's not a single thing that they could say to me that's gonna make me feel worse about myself than I already do. I have survivor's guilt every day. It's just part of PTSD that I have to accept. I know I did what I could to help him, and that's all I could do. And his brother did it, and it was nothing to do with me. It was because they were sexually abused as children, and it comes back later in
oh,
life. But
oh,
he was the love of my life, and I lost him. And people have used that as a tool to hurt me, and it's like it used
isn't
to in
that
the beginning.
horrible?
Yes, it is
That's
because like
horrible.
if they only knew. Don't make me cry, Angel.
No, don't cry. Please don't cry. Let me address Bob the coward. Angel, what would you think if your friends got a Sammy tattoo? Wake up. I would think that they were imbeciles. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. You take your time. I'll read your
Yeah.
comments.
Yes, please.
Uh-huh. I think that as Sharon says, I think it's easy to tell who is a good person. MRE is a good guy. Silo, not so much. High Time says, yes, a Hitler tattoo has such a vast variance depending on the person.
Yeah.
Okay. Carol says, I think those guys would attack Mother Teresa.
Yeah. The Pope. Like everybody finds something wrong with
Yeah.
everybody. We're all critics right here.
Yeah. Assassinino says, facts. I don't talk about anyone's family, so they should be happy. It's me making videos. I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, Assassinino does the same thing, only uses their own words against them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But they make it seem like it's something it's not. It's like, what kind of reality are you people living in? Because like, let me in on that. Because I'm so aware of everything that it's actually a curse, to be honest.
Agnostic, I'll give it back to you. I don't remember you ever having one, so why would I take it away? Damn it, Mandy says, who would want a Sammy tattoo? No one, not even on their ass. I despise the number 19 and the name Sammy. I never call him that. I call him Gravano.
The Sphinx.
Yeah, that's the point. Uh, I don't remember. We've asked him so many times that now it's like a little ridiculous to even keep asking him any more questions.
Yeah, it's redundant. Like your mind's made up at this
Redundant, yeah,
point, you know. So
yeah.
like it is what it is. If you don't like it, don't watch. It's as easy as that. But if people choose to support him or watch his friggin' streams, who cares? Who cares if you know
Yeah.
what? You guys watch basketball. So now I just can't stand you and I'm gonna say, you know what? You're a friggin' killer because you watch basketball. It's that kind of logic that it's like I don't get it. Like if you don't like it, don't watch. It's that easy.
Like I said, if you only just met him in person, you'd have a totally different opinion. You know, I don't know what else to tell people. He's not the person that is on here.
Yeah, like everybody, like you have to put on a certain, I don't want to say facade because who I am is really like what you see is really
Yeah.
me. But there's certain maybe details that I won't share publicly, but I would privately with people because I know where I am and I know how these people are. And we'll go digging. Like I've had people go digging through his obituary and like saying that the ashes were pet ashes and all kinds of just hideous things that a normal sane person wouldn't even think to do. And it was just like I
Hmm.
can't even believe that you would stoop so low.
Yeah.
Like wait till it's you and your loved one and then and see how you get treated and then tell me how you would feel if somebody did that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
But we got all
Um.
these armchair judges out here.
Uh. How does someone in good conscience attack a person he also insists is mentally ill? I
Yeah.
don't. What does that mean?
Well, everybody is saying that that sealed envelope is his medical records, and like everybody knows everything because we got everybody on YouTube. We got doctors, lawyers, cops, judges, everything, and
Oh,
everybody,
right,
right?
right,
So they
right,
say,
right.
you know, he's mentally ill. Well, you know what? If you didn't think there was a problem with the mentally ill before, let me introduce you to 2020. Okay, if we didn't just live through the biggest mind fuck in the human history of my life, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if you think he's the only one, if you even believe it, I don't think he is. And you know what? A little bit of attitude makes people colorful, in my opinion. It makes people
Yeah,
not screw with you. So who cares? And even if he is
yeah,
mentally ill, who cares? Are you faulting him for that? Are you shaming him for that? Are you shaming me because I have PTSD? Because that's not a mental illness. That's a result from trauma. That wasn't even my fault. So if you're saying that he's mentally ill, then maybe you're saying it about me, and I'll show you mentally ill. Okay, all these people we're talking about is mentally ill. That is because that is a choice. That is a choice to behave the way that they do. When people have things wrong because of situations, That is not a choice. That wasn't a choice I made
Right,
for myself.
right, right.
So that again, it just shows who they are. Okay.
What a shame. Everything. This whole thing has gotten so ugly, so bad. So, sometimes I wake up and I'm like I have to remember, did you do a live last night? And then
Yeah.
if I did do a live, I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
like, oh, what did
It's
I say? What
the
did
way I
we
look at it
say?
is I make jokes of it and it's kind of like a fire, right? What you feed is what will grow. So if you give a fire oxygen, it's going to grow. Now, this is typically not like me. Well, if I'm being called a Nazi, then yeah, I'm absolutely 100% going to make a
Mhm.
video about it. But on the general, I really don't care what most people think and think which one. But I will not be slandered. And that's just the way it is. If you're going to say something about me, make sure it's true. Okay.
Exactly.
I'll give you a list.
Three different attorneys said to me, because I said, um, these people keep threatening me, and they said, Angel, did this guy MRE come on and start preaching, anything against Jewish people? I said, no, absolutely not. We would never allow that anyway.
Nope.
Did he come on and preach anything about any race of people? No, not at all. So then what are you worried about?
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just, I mean, we could keep beating a dead horse
I
and
know.
talking about it until we're blue in the face. And these people just, they're just not willing to reason with logic and common sense. And again,
Exactly. And even if it did he ever say it to you privately?
never.
No. Did he ever say it to my daughter? No, never. Never, never, never did he talk about any kind of politics or whatever his beliefs are, not his beliefs. Never once did he discuss any of that with us.
Well, and
Nothing.
here's another thing to consider. Like we know that MRE has been a troll, like in the Feldman universe and Aaron
Right.
Carter, Durkee. He's got so many enemies out here. Don't you think for 1 second if people had real dirt on him, they'd be all over here saying like this, like there'd be a million videos out about
Yeah.
it. Do you see any
Only
besides
from
this
this
certain group?
community. Yeah.
Yeah, just this certain group.
Yeah.
They're the short bus people. Okay, that's what I'm gonna start calling them.
Yeah.
God, I
It's
just
played out. It's
it
definitely
is,
played
it
out.
is, it is. So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
I like
now,
coming. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying I like coming out here, having fun, having good conversations, and laughing, and just that's life is too short.
I
Okay, we're not
know.
here for a long time, and we don't know when our day is our day. And we only get one shot at this, and I don't want to spend the rest of I've spent years punishing myself for something that I had no control over, that I couldn't change, and I
Yeah.
still fight with myself every day to try and say, listen, just enjoy whatever time I've got left. Even if I could just and I've never been the type to put myself first. So if I can help somebody else, that helps me. Okay. And that's why I am the way that I am. That's
Yeah.
how, and
Exactly.
if these people can't find any happiness, like, you know, if you're rich, do you come out here and say, oh my God, I'm so rich. I got all this money? No, you don't. If you
No,
are
of
like
course
a
not.
doctor, do you come out here and say, I've got all this knowledge, I did this, I did that? No, you don't. So why do you come out here and say, I've got such a great life, I go on $10,000 vacations, but donate, donate, donate. And if you don't, I said to my wife that I'm gonna quit. Well then fucking quit. Like, don't threaten us, please go. Like, see you later. Like, I'm so sick. Like, these people can't even handle me when I get on a tear. So don't even try it, people. Like, take my words of
Yeah.
wisdom,
I
please.
know. I know.
And I don't like being that, but I'm not afraid to let it out once in a while. Okay. Because you got to fuck around and find out. You got to show people every now and then your limits. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. So I don't want to see people get hemmed up in charges and or lose someone they love because somebody said something that
Exactly.
you don't know what a person struggles with in this life. And if you can't be kind, at least try to be better than you were yesterday. That's all you got to do. Simple as that.
100%. 100%.
So,
Now, what is the story? Excuse me. In Canada, you have to be careful what you say about people because what would happen?
well, in the last few years since like the whole COVID thing,
Right.
our like what you would call our constitution, your constitution is like our charter of freedoms and rights or human rights or whatever the hell it's
Uh-huh.
called. It means to nothing, it's toilet paper. So
Okay.
basically what we have learned in the last few years is something, a solid document that we thought were our God-given rights. Every single one of them have been violated. Now they're going after what we see, what we stream, what we watch, what we post. We're not allowed to share news on social media. Like, do you think anybody watches mainstream news and believes it? No. Okay. They censor what we say on YouTube. They censor what we say on Facebook, on whatever platform. Like it's
Wait
absolutely
a second. So,
yes.
what do you mean they censor what you see? You're not
They will
allowed to
take your
share news?
no. They will take your channel down. They will. Well, it depends on the violation. They will remove it, or if they think it's a threat to people, they will take. I lost my channel in Ottawa streaming during the Freedom Convoy because they basically said I was a threat to society, and I thought, yeah, right.
That's the truckers, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
because we were
you
all live
lost your
streaming.
channel for streaming that?
Yeah, I still have the notification somewhere in my catalog of pages. But yeah, they took my entire channel down. Never even had a strike on the channel. Never even had a warning. I just went to go on. I couldn't find my channel, and I messaged my friend. I'm like, "Can you find my channel on YouTube? Because I can't find it." And it said something. This channel has been removed due to severe violations of inciting violence or some
Oh
bullshit thing.
my
And I was like, never
god.
once. And all we were doing was just showing people like happy and standing up for ourselves for the first time in Canadian history. We weren't doormats, you know? And
Wow.
like people don't understand how bad it was here. Like it was different in every area. It took me a long time to understand why people weren't mad. And then I was like, Florida pretty much didn't even go into lockdown, but like it was so bad in one province, like they had a curfew. They talked about giving us a curfew. I had a note from my employer that because I worked afternoons, and if I got caught out after a certain time and got pulled over, if I didn't have that letter from my employer, they could have taken me to jail or a fine. And the cops, for the first time, had a set of balls and went on and said, "No, we're not doing that. That's a violation." But
Are
this is how bad it got.
are you kidding me?
No, it
What
was
that
very,
what
very
that
bad.
was that during COVID?
Yes. And it
Be-
lasted for 2 years. Lockdown lasted for 2 years.
Holy
2 years of isolation for some people. So that's why I'm saying when, the mentally ill me 2020, that's when it all started to go downhill because like everything essentially closed. You like
oh wow.
people, if you went into a store without a mask, people are physically fighting, like getting in fights. And I thought, you touch me once, man, it'll be the last thing you friggin' do. A bad
Wow.
idea, okay? But yeah, like it was really, really bad. And unless you experienced it, because I tried to tell people, they're like, "You sound crazy." And I thought, well, maybe it's not like that in your area or your state or your country, but I'm telling you. And I was showing them like proof, like this is what it is.
Yeah,
And
Carol said didn't they freeze all the truckers' bank accounts?
oh yeah, they did more than that. The people going to court right now, they're trying mischief. They're trying to get
Incredible.
mischief 10 years. Carla Homolka got less than that, okay? But for mischief, they want 10 years for these people. Like it's absolutely insane. They canceled their insurance, they canceled their bank accounts, they canceled their driver's licenses. They couldn't go out after 10. They can't talk about things. They restrict his speech. He can't work. He couldn't do nothing. It's like if he wasn't such a strong person mentally, somebody would have offed themselves. And that's what they were ultimately trying to get him to do, in
Oh
my
my
opinion.
god.
Yeah.
Jason said I had to carry a note during COVID and in the
Yep.
US. Wow.
Yeah, I did hear.
So so and this is Trudeau is still your prime minister?
Yeah, don't ask me how. Don't even get me started on
Wow.
that turd. Oh God, I got no nice words to say about him at all.
Really?
He's one,
Wow.
and the reason why I feel that way is because my life was directly affected. We used to in Canada, we used to have a poor, middle class, upper class, high upper class. Now we have poor and rich. That's it, and they're
What do you
making
have?
it so we have poor and rich now, and so many people are homeless, and we can't save those people, but we're funding wars. Like I have no opinion about the war either way,
Oh, wow.
but I
Yeah,
think we need to
yeah.
fix. We need to fix what's going on in our own backyard first. Like when you're in a plane, right? And they drop the mask, like you can't help somebody else until you put your mask on first, right? but they're helping everybody else. While people, they have a program, Angel, that's called medically assisted in dying, and you know what they want to do is people who are depressed can go to a doctor and say, I want to die.
Are you kidding?
I
Oh,
I
so
wouldn't
you're
even,
allowed assisted suicide in your country?
it's past royal assent, but they keep pushing off the implementation of it because it's so controversial that it's just they're holding off for some reason that obviously I don't know. But yeah, like why don't you tell me you've given up on people without saying you've given up on people? Like,
And what are the term limits for like Trudeau, like your president's there, your prime minister? What are the term like? Is it every 4 years, every 5 years? What is it?
every 4 or 5 years is an election, but they don't have term limits. Like I think 8 years in America, right, for a president. They
Yes,
can only,
yeah.
yeah. I wish we had that here. In fact, I also wish we had the Second Amendment here because none of this shit would have happened. Okay,
Oh,
just saying.
so he could stay. He could stay in that position forever.
Well, oh God, don't say that, or I'm going to
No, I'm
find a
just
friend.
asking. So that's
I don't know. I hope not. I think
no. I mean, but normally, any prime minister could stay there for any amount of years, like
well they
Putin.
still have to call it an election, but you know what he decided to do was call an election during lockdown, and everybody like you couldn't leave your house. People were terrified; they weren't leaving their
Oh
house.
shit! Oh my
So and then like there's I can't like there's only so much I could say before they'll zap this. Okay, so I have to really be careful. But let's just say maybe certain things have been compromised to work out in a certain person's favor. If you can pick up what I'm putting down without saying what I'm saying, but like I have to really be careful about what I say because like they've got my number on this platform. Okay, fifth channel here,
Oh
you
wow!
guys. Yeah,
Wow!
it's really bad. Like if people can't speak freely their opinion about things, what does that tell you?
Wow! That's not good. At least we could still do that here.
Yeah, that's why I want to become American.
Wow!
It's crazy, and a lot of people are fleeing Canada for real because it's gone so good. Like I've never seen anything like this in my life. Maybe like the older generation has, but not even to this degree.
Wow!
Yeah, yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy.
Mr. Green Thumb says 5 political party work together.
What'd he say?
Uh,
Sorry.
yeah, 5 political party work together to.
Oh, yeah, they are. So, yeah, they are. So, what they've done is they've teamed up. Like they did the. Oh man, I don't want to talk about this shit. It makes me so freaking mad.
Yeah, then don't do it. Then don't. If you're
Yeah,
gonna get in trouble for it.
yeah. There's a lot
Yeah.
of shady shit that's being done out in the open with a smile and a finger, and it's like, oh, but don't be offended, you know.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you try to
Yeah.
do that as an average ass citizen, there would be consequences. But not for these toddlers. They get away with everything. Like there's no accountability. They never go to jail. Like so then there's I can't say the rest, but whatever.
Yeah.
Karma. There's karma, okay?
Yeah. Like SPL Sharon said, she had no idea about any of this. It's so interesting. Me too. I know.
Oh my God. I will come on your show because you guys don't have the censorship laws
Yeah,
there that
you
we
could
have.
come on. Yeah, you come on mine and you can
100%.
tell it.
I will
Yeah.
blow your guys' minds. Like, then you'll understand why some of us have been like, what the fuck is going on here? Because we're watching people in Florida, like, live life as normal, having fun, drinking at bars, going on the beach. And I'm like, and we're in lockdown. Like, we can't go anywhere. And if you do, you're getting arrested. And it's like, what?
Ow.
Yes. It's insanity. And people thought we were crazy, and that was the whole thing. They
Yeah.
divided everybody, and some people seen it before others, and I lost friends because of my opinion. And it's like, now look where we are. Now the truth is out, and now you know that I wasn't naked shit up. Like I never talk out my ass,
Yeah,
you know.
right. Wow. That is very interesting. You have to come on one night so we could talk about it. I
Oh,
think that's disgusting.
it is, and that's why there was a lot of anger for a long time, and with people, me specifically, and for reasons, you know, and it affected my life in every single way, shape, and form. And others are the same. And it's like they don't understand what we've done because, like, we're talking about people that have servants and yes men and are so far removed from reality that they don't understand for like the normal peasants of the world how it really affected our day-to-day life. Like we couldn't even work at times because we weren't like when we first went into lockdown, I wasn't considered an essential employee. I was laid off for like I don't know, 5 months, I think. And then everybody, like most of these people that live on the income or whatever, like a guaranteed income, they were happy because it's like you get 2 grand a month, and it's like 2 grand a month. That's my rent. That's half my income. Like what the hell? You know what I mean? And we couldn't work. Like, so what do you do?
Wow. Exactly. What did you do?
Well, I'll tell you on your show.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I'll tell you on your show.
All right. Very good.
But it took me a long time to realize what they're doing, and that's why I started doing research about stuff because it didn't make sense to me. And if I don't understand something, then I do research. I ask questions because I don't think like that. So I'm trying to understand from a place of logic, the illogical. So it's like it
Wow.
just, it's like learning a new language, right? So it's like that's why I ask questions because it's like I don't get it. But I'm
Hmm.
glad those days are over. I don't know if it'll come back, but now that they've set this precedent, people are going through courts. Like they've got political prisoners. Like these are stories that you would hear in third world countries, not in Canada, man. Like Pat King, the guy that's going through court now, he couldn't get bail for 5 months on mischief.
A mischief?
I had a guy threatening my life. He was charged with mischief and uttering death threats, and the cops came, picked him up, fingerprinted him, and drove him home. And the same thing happened. Like, I mean, he didn't. Pat King didn't even do anything. Like, but they're doing it because they made Trudeau look like an asshole, in my opinion.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
and he didn't like it, so his beefies got hurt, and then he's, in my mind and most of the logical people's mind of the world, that he abused his power to. There's only so much I can say, but things are compromised.
Yeah.
Things are, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones when they don't know what's inside that house, okay? And people are really good at putting on masks and pretending things are not what they really are. So I get
Wow.
why there was so much misconception and misinformation about it in the beginning because they were removing all of our channels so we couldn't get the truth out.
Are you kidding? Now, so what about the news? Like regular news that you watch on TV, they censor that too?
Well, they're federally paid for, so yeah, they're not going to speak. In fact, I even have a clip of what like it was a certain narrative that they had to say or they lose their funding. So
Oh
I
my
don't know if it works
God.
like that in America. I know there's like a right and a left kind of news, but this is the talking points you use, and if you deviate from this, you lose your funding.
Well, there's left and there's right, and but then there's regular news where show everything that happened. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I know, and I can't believe it because it's been years since we've been able to see the actual truth of shit, and it makes you wonder like how long has this been going on?
so
You
you
know?
don't. I was going to ask you how is the crime. Oh, excuse me. Is the crime rate high in your country? But you wouldn't even know if it was or it
Oh
wasn't.
no, I know it is. It is. Oh, yes, it is. Why do you think they're trying to remove people's firearms? It's not the
Oh,
legal gun owners that are causing the crimes, okay? It's the thugs. But let's remove the legal firearms from the responsible owners so you have no means to defend yourself, but the thugs do. Like where's the logic in that? Hello?
oh wow.
But yes, the crime has gone up exponentially, and you know why that happens? Because people are living in poverty and they can't afford food. So and they're
Oh
homeless.
man.
So they go and steal food and they go and steal whatever, and it's not just petty crime. It's a lot of different types of crimes. The gang crimes. Like I don't think there's a day in Toronto you don't hear of somebody being pushed in front of a subway or having gas poured on them and lit on fire or drive-bys. Or it's not the country I've grown up in. It's
Wow.
really shocking.
And it's like the whole country. It's not just one area.
Well, I'm sure there's certain areas that are hit heavier than others.
Okay.
Like Toronto's a major city; it's got millions of people, so of course
Yeah.
it's going to be higher there. Vancouver is in British Columbia; that's a major city. They have legalized every hardcore drug. You're allowed to carry 2.5 grams of any drug you want, and they have
Are you,
something called what's it called? A safe supply of drugs. Is there such a
wait,
thing?
wait. Where is that? Vancouver?
Yes,
And you're
there is a
allowed to
drug
have any kind of drug you want.
up to 2.5 grams. Yes.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm seeing things that it's like am I living in reality or a clown world, or is this real? Like, am I getting punked? Like, what is happening? I don't understand. I
Wow.
don't get it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you have a
It's
lot of
crazy.
Indian reservations there?
Yes, I live about 5 minutes away from one. I spend a lot of time there. Yeah.
Okay. And they have their own what? They have like their own little
Yes, they have their own police force. They call themselves
yeah.
territories, and they are governed differently. Uh, and they should be. That's a different subject altogether for the people that might not be aware of what's going on. But the native rights, there's a big problem, and there has been a big problem this whole entire time of missing Indigenous women, and they don't look for them; they just go missing, and it's very sad because if that
So
was your family,
their own police don't go looking for them?
I can't honestly answer that. I don't know the answer behind that. I don't know why it is happening that way. I've only heard people's like who have lived it. You know what I'm saying? I could
Yeah.
have them come on and explain it, but I don't want to speak for them because if I say something that isn't accurate, I don't want to be that person, right?
Right, right.
But it's also a very touchy subject for them because they endured a lot of abuse during their
Wow.
lives, and you know, there's a lot of things going on here that I didn't even know. Like, I mean, and I've learned a lot. I've opened my eyes, and then there's a certain point where it's like I got to close my eyes now because it hurts my heart so much with what I'm seeing that it's like I can't fix it. And I'm not the type of person to just sit and complain and not fix something, right? So it's like I can't let
Yeah.
this consume me when I don't have the power or the resources or like who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just a person with a small fucking YouTube channel that you know who am I? What can I
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
You know, all I can do is talk about it and hope that maybe someone listens and I don't know. I don't know the answer, and I don't even think there is an answer at this point, if I'm being honest with you. I think the damage has been
Wow.
too far gone. Why do you think everybody's leaving Canada? Like people used to flee here for a better life. Now we're fleeing to get a better life. And that's real.
Yeah. Midwest, yes. Let me know when you want to do it. We can do it. Definitely. You know, with everything that's been going on, I haven't even tried to do another one yet. But let me know if you want to come on
For
and we'll
what?
do
Sorry.
it.
I can't see the comment. What did you say?
The time tales. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
ever
those are good. Those are
Yeah,
interesting.
they're really good. I have to say, the one with Eddie Franco was
Yeah,
oh, that was so good.
it was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love those. You should, yeah, definitely stick with those. Let's not get caught up in
Yeah,
all
I would
these.
love to have Midwest Mobsters come up and tell his story too.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
I
love.
love like picking people's brains. Like I
So
love
do I.
talking to people, right? And asking them questions and
So do I. Yep.
especially when they live in another country. I want to know everything.
I know, so do I. And that's how you learn and that's how you evolve and that's how you grow. And
Exactly.
there's some people that are not capable of that because they're emotionally stunted, right?
Yeah.
Mentally stunted. So it's just like you don't worry about the people you can't reach. You just focus on the people that want to know and ask questions.
Yeah,
And you focus on the positive, not the negative, right? That's what I've
yeah,
learned in the
exactly.
last year or two because
Yeah.
I can't keep beating myself up over things I can't change. That's insanity.
Yeah. Sunday night is good for me, Midwest Mobsters. Sunday night, if you want to do it Sunday night. Um, because Saturday nights I have the baby. I mean, it's better Sunday. I don't have the baby Sunday. She's sleeping. So I would love to do that. But I do. I love to I want to like Eddie, he had pictures. He had such interesting I mean, could you imagine spending most of your life in prison and then coming out and
No,
it's was it he came out I think what was it 2020 and now they hand you a cell phone and you don't know the
I know,
first thing to do
I know.
with that cell phone?
And like, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, this is just my opinion, but they don't give you the tools to succeed. So, like, you know, they want you to get you a job, but how do you get a job when you got a federal offense on your like? Give them the tools to succeed in
Exactly.
life. Like, you know, if you
Exactly.
want to really cut down the recidivism rate, then give them the tools to grow and succeed and do well. Don't put all these barriers in front of them and say jump. Like,
Exactly.
you know. So
Agnostic says, Angel, I have to thank you. I now use Barilla lasagna. It's great. Yes, especially, the Barilla lasagna, you don't have to boil. You cook it, you put it right into the pan and you make it the way, you would. You don't have to boil
yeah,
it
they're
anymore.
pre-cooked. Yeah.
Now, do you have Barilla in your country?
Yeah, we do, and I make a really good lasagna, but I bet you $1,000,000 yours is better. I know your
No,
chicken pot pie
actually,
is.
no, no, no. I'm not the lasagna
Yeah, no, I heard you
perfectionist.
talk about that
My
one night.
sister is. My sister
Yeah,
is. My sister makes amazing lasagna. Yeah, no cook. That's it. Okay. It's really good, isn't it, Agnostic? Now,
now
what
I
do you
want
put
chicken
on your
lasagna.
lasagna?
Ooh, everything. Garlic, onions, peppers, anything,
Oh, you
everything.
put peppers
Mushrooms,
in there? No, I mean, see, like what my sister and I will do is, well, my ex-husband
sauce,
Louis.
ricotta. Yeah.
Yeah, my ex-husband Louis, he liked like one layer when it has meatballs,
Yep.
another layer it has sausages, and
Oh.
yeah, so that's the kind of
Oh.
lasagna that we make with, with
Ooh.
the ricotta and the mozzarella. Wait,
Yeah.
okay, that will work. So next Sunday then, I have lots of pictures. You can give me an email address and I will send them to you beforehand. Okay, very good. That way,
Excellent.
when we do the show, we're all set. Very good. Okay. Very good, Midwest. Next Sunday, we'll do it.
That's great.
Yeah. So, and
Yeah.
I want to know, what did you buy in prison? What did you eat in prison? How did you, my brother used to tell me, like, when I would go visit my brother, he would say, okay, like, he would be looking at the clock and we're like, what's the matter? And he's like, I know when I'm going back, I'm going to have spaghetti and clams. I'm like, how do you have spaghetti and clams here?
Holy shitballs.
Yeah, so I love knowing, asking, "What did you
You
eat?
know
How
what
did
I
you
would
make
wanna
it?"
know? What's the
What?
first thing you wanted to either do or eat the day you got out of jail? Like, what was the thing that kept you going? Like, what was the first thing you were or what was, like, the biggest change to you coming out?
I
Like,
could tell
besides
you what we
obviously
had. I could tell you what we had when my brother got out. The night he
what?
got out, we had Chinese food.
Really?
Yep, we had Chinese food. He's like me, loves Chinese food. Yep, that's what we had. And I think I made him my uh the crab cakes, the lump crab cakes.
Oh,
But yeah, because don't
wow.
forget that's something that you can't get when you're in prison. You can't
That's
make
true.
Chinese food. Yeah. You can make, like, pastas and stuff like that, but you can't make Chinese food.
Right, yeah. Yeah. That's wow, eh? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I would pick their brain on so much stuff, like what if they had the power to change one thing within the prisons, what would it be? You know, like what type of reform do they think should be in place for people that are getting out to try and reestablish themselves? What are things that they could do to help make the transition
E- e-
easier?
exactly.
You know?
Yeah. See, when my nephew was in prison, before my nephew went away, he had a pill problem.
Right?
So I know they offer a lot of programs in there for people who have problems like that. So
Right.
he did every program there was. He even got certificates. Whatever is available, he would take to first of all, you're occupying your days.
Yes.
When you're busy every day, and then you have a job as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So that's what my nephew did, and thank God my nephew is doing very, very well. But
That's good.
Midwest Mob says, yeah, just do it on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's the easiest way. Yeah, and then you get those time cuts exactly. You made Chinese tonight. You're funny, agnostic.
He is funny.
Agnostic is
Agnostic.
funny. He made Chinese tonight. Well, yeah, I don't think you can make it in prison when
I
you're
don't
in
know. They get
prison.
really creative about some of the things they make. Like I've heard some stories and I thought, man, are like they're the mother of invention in there, right?
Yeah, they
Um,
really are. It's
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah,
When you get commissary and then you get the canned clams, they make it really, really good.
yeah.
Now, in your country, you don't have as the prison sentences are not as long as what we have here.
No, especially these days. Now it's like a soft approach on crime.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's bad. Like you guys are draconian. We are like turnstile. Like if you want to commit some serious crimes, come on into Canada, you guys. Like, because you just get away with it. They love those people. Like, you know,
Really?
it's mind boggling. Like I don't get it. You know.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
was
speak up in a convoy, and you're gonna go in there for 10 years. Like what?
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, that's what they're asking for. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you did beef with pea pods. Okay, that you can make. Okay, I'll wait till you hear how creative we can get from cakes to burritos and pasta. Oh, good. I look forward to that.
See, I love those stories. It's like
Me
those are
too.
the stories. You got to make the best of every situation, no matter how shitty it is. You got to find a way to be like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna rise above this. I'm not gonna let them win, and I'm gonna come out like you go in with a diploma, and you come out with a PhD. Like, I mean, that's the way you do it. You know, like you when the odds are against you, rise up. That's what I do. That's when I do my best work. Actually, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
When I was on Twitter, I haven't been on really in a while, but I'm going to go find this man. There's this man, I can't think of his name right now. We followed each other on Twitter. He
Uh huh.
wrote a book,
Uh
okay?
huh.
It's
Yeah.
an entire book about ramen noodles,
Yeah.
okay? It
Yeah.
was like a cookbook. He was in prison and he
Mhm.
came up with, I think it was like 500 ways to make ramen noodles. Okay.
Yeah.
And he had some really good recipes in there. And
That's funny.
I would really like to bring him on and let him talk about all of that. And his book did well. I have to say it did well at the time.
That would actually
Could
be
you
good for twofold because people in Canada can't afford food anymore. So now if you buy ramen noodles and you have 500 recipes, like that just made someone's day,
e-
right? Like, I mean,
exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
see,
I
make the
took
best of a situation. That's what you got to do.
yeah. I have to go back and look him up. He was this, I think, a Spanish man or Puerto Rican. I have to look him up and see. I actually bought
Yeah.
his book too. And
Jesus,
I have never eaten ramen noodles in my life.
neither have I. They look weird. Like, I don't
I
know if they're
just never
good, but they just look
yeah,
weird.
I don't know. I've never eaten them. Angel, they have a ramen noodle in prison cookbook. Yeah, on Amazon. That's the guy. I'm pretty sure that's the man. Really
That's
nice
funny.
man. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up because I bought his book. It's in my storage unit.
That's funny.
That book would be great for college kids too. Yeah, because ramen
Totally.
noodles. Oh, see, ramen noodles are a part of everything locked up. Okay.
Yes, I have heard that. And
Wow.
stamps. I heard stamps are like gold. It's like your currency.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
I
like,
think so.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it has. Wow. It just hit me now. I'm gonna check Twitter tomorrow and see if I can find him. What was his name? Damn.
Look it up on Amazon if his
Gustavo?
books.
Maybe it
I
was
don't know.
Gustavo, something like that. I'll check tomorrow.
If he's selling his book on Amazon, maybe you could get his name
Well,
that way.
this was about, I don't know, 3 years ago.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I don't even know if he's still on Twitter.
I used to go on Twitter just to piss people off, but now I don't go there much anymore.
Yeah. Look at this. In Brooklyn House, we used to cook with baby oil and ID clips. What? Oh, you're only kidding, right?
Baby oil. I used to put that on to go tanning.
Oh, so did we. We used to put the
How good's that?
did you ever put the iodine inside of it?
No, what's that do?
Oh, we used to put iodine inside the baby oil, and that's what we tanned with.
Oh my God, that's funny. Now I
Yeah.
just buy SPF 4, like the dark tanning stuff, and man, do I tan.
It.
Holy.
That's it. That's it. Gustavo Alvarez. That's him. Wow,
Why does that
Sean
name so
Smith.
familiar?
Yeah, Gustavo Alvarez. Wow, I can't believe it. Sean Smith got it right there.
That would be interesting. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. 500 recipes for ramen noodles. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That
I
is.
might be, I think I'm exaggerating, but there was something around crazy number that you could make with ramen noodles.
Wow.
Maybe it was 200 or something like that. It was is a lot.
That is a lot. I
Angel.
think 2 is a lot for ramen noodles.
Yes, yes, SPL Sharon, it is. It's Gustavo Alvarez. That's him. Use the baby oil to keep the flame going. Oh wow.
Oh. See what I mean? Creative. I heard like to get a light. I can't remember how they did it. Like a lighter, like to light a smoke or something. Like I can't remember. But like these random things that it would create a spark enough to light a cigarette. I'm like, that is so creative and brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like innovative.
Yeah, very Gustavo. See, I remembered his first name. I couldn't remember his last name.
That name sounds familiar to me. I feel like I might have heard him before, or maybe seen him on
Yeah.
someone's channel. I
I
don't
have
know.
to check. Yeah, I'm gonna double check anyway. But I did remember Gustavo. When you looked him up, he's a book he's an author, right, of the book with the ramen noodles? Hmm.
Crazy. You know what I do? Listen to this. I do find
Uh,
fascinating is I watched that movie. I think it was a documentary on the Jack Bundy story and how he escaped twice. I was like, that guy's freaking brilliant. Like out through
who
the roof.
did? Who you talking
Jack
about?
Bundy. Remember, he was in jail and he escaped prison twice. Not once,
Who did?
twice.
No, you keep breaking up. Who?
Bundy.
Oh,
Ted Bundy.
Ted
Did I say
Bundy?
Jack? I think I said Jack. Ted Bundy.
You
Yeah.
did say Jack. I'm like, who is she talking about? I never
Yeah.
knew he escaped twice.
Yeah, he did.
Oh wow.
Unless they're lying in that movie, but I'm pretty sure he did. Guys in the chat, I can't see the chat, but I think he did. One was
Wow.
through like the roof, and the other one I think was through if it was at his lawyer's office. I don't know where he was. He went to some appointment and he was practicing jumping off the top bunk. So when he landed on the ground, he wouldn't get shin splints, and he jumped out the window and ran. And I'm like, oh my God. Holy.
Oh,
Yeah.
and did he kill anybody when he escaped?
I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but I don't believe so. But
Oh,
like, I mean, wow, that's pretty bad when a killer can outsmart the authorities. Like,
yeah.
oh,
Where was the prison? Was it in Florida?
jeez, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to rewatch it now that I think about it. But there was just something that stuck with me because I was like, man, that is so
Wow,
brilliant.
yeah. Agnostic says we turn cigarette butts into razor blades.
What?
What
How?
makes you think we cook?
Actually, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't need information. I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, true. Angel, he
No, that's
killed the
funny.
woman at the dorm and a 15-year-old girl in Florida.
Oh, yeah, maybe he
My
did.
God.
Yeah. But they glorified that story. Like Zac Efron played him in the movie, and it was like it was hard to hate him because he seemed like a very likable person, but he did such heinous things that it's like he's not a good guy, but you're making him likable. Like this is bad.
Yeah, my mother was by Ted Bundy because she like couldn't understand it. He was a good-looking man, and why did you feel you needed to kill these women?
Exactly. Or what about that Zodiac killer? I don't know if they ever did catch him.
Uh,
He was toying with the police. He would write in letters to the newspaper and give them clues. And like I don't know if they ever did catch him. That's another movie. I think it's on Netflix. The Zodiac Killer. That's interesting if you want
and
to watch it.
yeah, oh, see, the only thing that scares me,
Uh-huh.
and I always said this from day one, there's only one thing that scares me, and that's serial killers. Like they scare me. like shows and movies about serial killers, that scares me.
That doesn't scare me. Spiders scare me.
Oh no, not me.
I-
I capture the spiders and bring them outside. They don't
oh
bother me.
no, I know you're
Yeah.
the animal
Yeah,
one, but oh god, I
I
step on
capture
those.
all bugs. No, not me. I just capture all the bugs and take them outside. Zodiac was never found. They don't know where you live.
There was rumors about it being somebody. There was some artifact found. I could be mistaken because sometimes I get shit
Uh-huh.
wrong. But I want to say there was some artifact found that it linked to a certain individual that I think has since passed away, but I don't think that there was any definitive proof that it was him. So yeah, he's still. I don't think he would be alive anymore because God, that's going back a lot of years. We're talking.
Yeah. The BTK
Yeah, K
killer.
killer.
No, I
Yeah,
don't like them. I don't
yeah,
like serial killers.
yeah.
I
The psychology of it intrigues me because it's like, what is wrong in your brain that makes you think that this is okay? Like I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't know, but I remember they said that usually serial killers hurt animals when they were younger.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's why I don't want to watch it. I don't care. I'm not
Oh
watching
yeah.
you. I don't want to see
Yeah, I
stuff
can't
like
see a dog die in a movie or I'm bawling my
yeah,
eyes
me
out. Like,
neither.
no way.
Me
Oh my God.
neither. Exactly.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah. Um, the Zodiac killer was never found. They don't know. Why are you saying that? Oh, agnostic. I get it. He's saying serial killer. The Zodiac killer was never found, and they don't know where he lives, meaning agnostic.
That's funny. Hey, if you can outsmart people for decades, like we're talking before DNA and all that shit, right? Like, I mean, so it probably, if you were going to be one, that's probably the decade, the era that you would want to do because it would be a lot harder to find you. Cops would have to leave the desk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but nowadays, like, I don't know how you'd get away with it and not get caught because you're going to leave some sort of DNA.
Yeah,
You would
well,
think.
today they have all of that, and they have cameras everywhere.
This
Everywhere
is,
you go, there's a camera.
that's true. Very true.
It was probably about a month or two ago. I was reading the New York Post, and they had a video of at some truck stop or but when you go when
Yep.
what do you call them truck stops, right?
Rest areas. Yep.
Yeah, rest area. And the woman, they showed a video, and this woman runs from a car, and the guy turns around and he runs after her, picks her up, and throws her back into the car. And they were asking everybody, if you know this woman, please come forward. And I've never seen anything about it since.
I
So
think I remember hearing that as well.
yeah, so what was that? Did he know her? Were they just fighting, or you know, did he kidnap her? Like, what the hell? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. And I also don't understand. People will pull out a phone and record it, but they won't step in and help. I don't understand that either. Like, come on. Grow a
Yeah.
pair of testicles and get involved and just help somebody if they're in trouble. Like, what the hell?
Wow. A building collapsed in Williamsburg. Are you serious? Now I'm hungry. I have
Me too.
friends in Williamsburg.
Where's Williamsburg, New York?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Williamsburg. It's Brooklyn. Wow.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow, I
crazy. Do
gotta
they know
look.
why it collapsed?
I don't know. I'm gonna look right now. Uh, I don't see it. Okay, I don't see anything about it in the news.
Did this happen today, supposedly, or?
I don't know. Is somebody in your somebody in the chat said it, but I don't see anything about it. Oh, Kim, what'd you think of the a Diddy video?
Oh man, I don't know what. to think about this whole thing. I think there's going to be a lot more dominoes falling, and I don't know why they're just focusing on Hollywood, because there's a lot more people, you know, in different classes that you think are legitimate people that do just as bad things, if not worse things, to people, and they get away scot free with it. But I think there's going to be a lot more of this we're going to hear about, and it's insane. I think all this stuff has been going on behind the scenes for years, and people are just
Yeah.
finally getting caught now, is what it is. And I think they thought they were untouchable because, you know, they're famous. Well, let's see how that works out for you in jail when you're in PC. Okay. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's pretty bad. And did anybody watch his apology?
Nope, because I could
Mm,
care less about his apology. It means nothing. Lip service again. All I hear
yeah.
is wah wah wah.
I don't see anything about a building in Williamsburg unless it just happened.
That's crazy.
So,
That
you think Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are getting divorced? You think so?
I think that woman is a serial marrier. Like
Yeah,
she just
me
wants to be
too.
married just for the sake of being
Me
married.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
in Virginia, Williamsburg, Virginia. Oh my God.
I didn't know
Oh
either.
my God. I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's Brooklyn.
So on, I'm thinking, wasn't the guy from Miami and Brooklyn last night?
Oh my God.
That was my first thought. See what YouTube does to people, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, crazy.
Oh God. A roof collapse in Williamsburg, Virginia. Okay.
That's pretty random.
Carol says, I saw his apology. He only made it because he got caught. Well, he could have made it at the time that it happened. Or he could have, gave an apology when he settled that case. But I guess, he got caught. I don't know. I don't know.
See, the thing that people don't realize about those situations, they all have publicists, right? So when time comes down to it, they're not speaking for themselves, right? Like everything's pre-written, prefabbed. It's all, it's all an
Yeah.
act. Everything is an act. And then again, like, okay, they're an actor, or okay, or whatever, like an entertainer, okay, or an actor, like, what's his name, Art Kelly, like all of these people, right? So if they're good at playing a role, like, I mean, how can you tell the difference whether, like, I just I do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if they can
Yes.
pretend to be someone else and be so convincing at it, how do you
Yeah.
distinguish the difference between reality and fiction?
Please, I'm still waiting for when the video or the explanation comes out of why Beyonce's sister beat up Jay-Z in the elevator.
Wait, what? That's
That's what
funny.
I'm waiting for.
That's some funny shit. What? She had enough of him.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago, Beyonce
Really?
and Jay-Z and their sister and a bodyguard got into the elevator. They were out one night and
Yeah.
they got into the elevator, and all of a sudden, Beyonce's sister started kicking the shit out of Jay-Z.
Well, he obviously deserved it, Like,
Well,
and
I'm trying to know for what. Like, what'd she do that for? That's something I
well,
would do for my sister, but
you know who you would need to find out the truth from is a security guard. Because he's the
yeah,
only one not invested. But one thing I will tell you from past experience in my own life is sometimes it's better to not meet your people that you think are good celebrities. Sometimes it's better to leave the mystery where it is and not meet them, because they turn out to be a douche.
exactly. Exactly.
And
Well,
that's
you
real
can
talk.
meet them. You can meet them. Go look at their tweets. Holy
Oh,
crap.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. Go on Twitter and see all the
Oh,
celebrities
dear.
in this country, all the bad tweets they have about Trump.
Oh,
And the
God.
things
I
that
know.
they say is so disgusting.
Yep. Yep. I know all about Twitter fights, believe me. My whole mess was documented all over it. So it's very public.
Oh,
But
really? Your Twitter too?
Feldman, all that Feldman shit. There
Oh,
was a lot
okay,
to that
okay.
story that, oh my God, like, I mean, a lot. And
I fell for that whole act that he did
so did I.
until you did too, right? I
Yeah,
did until Corey Haim's mother came out and
yeah,
said
yeah.
that's bullshit.
I met her. I'm friends with her. I love
Oh,
her.
you
She's an amazing
did?
woman. Yeah, she's an amazing woman.
Oh,
She's the strongest person, kindest person, most compassionate, most like just true blue, authentic person you would ever meet. Like, and I don't have my mom anymore. And like, she was the next best thing to my mom, right? Like, just I love her. I feel so
oh,
bad for what
really?
Feldman has done to her. He has hurt her so much. She is the strongest woman I know, bar none. She's been through so much, and she always comes out on top, right? And it's very sad what he's done to her, to Haim's legacy, to a lot of innocent people. He's very good at pretending to be something he's not. Okay.
Really?
Yes.
And
Very.
when she said that, like, he's lying, this never happened to my son, did
Yeah.
he ever go back at her?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah. In fact, Corey Feldman's dad, Bob, just recently died, like within the last year. And the last I heard, he was writing a tell-all about Corey, and I don't think he got it published before he died. But God, I would pay millions to see what's in that book. Okay.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because he emancipated from his parents at 15, and I could just imagine the truth bombs that he's got in that book, which I probably know most of them anyways. But I would love to see it. So
Well, is his mom still alive?
yeah, she I think spent the majority of her adult life in an insane asylum. If that's true, I don't
Oh,
know. That's what he said, so it's
oh,
probably not
okay.
true. It's probably not true.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But I've talked to a lot of people. Like that's why I said the security guard. I've talked to everybody, like all of his former band members, his security guard, like you name it. I've talked to them. His wife. I'm
Really?
trying to get his wife to call my panel and be like, "Bitch, tell all like." The life she led with him, like I feel sorry for her, and she looks so happy now that she left him. Like you could see the toll it took on her physically, like just living with that.
Corey Feldman's wife?
Yeah,
Oh,
Courtney, they got
wow.
divorced. She left him. They were together for like 11 years, and she just left him. And it's like, finally, girl, like you look like I used to say, Courtney, if you're in trouble, blink 3 times, we'll come and rescue you. Like, come on. That's why I'm saying, like, sometimes it's better to not meet the people that you think that they are because they end up being something totally different. And it's just, it's an eye opener for sure. But then they try to make you look like you're the crazy one because you're telling the truth. And it's like,
Right,
uh,
right.
like I've got screenshots. I got proof for days. Okay. So don't you ever call my integrity into question because like I ran him off Twitter for a long time because he looked bad and there was no coming back from it. There wasn't. You couldn't deny what was said. And there was people that surround him, yes men, that knew what I was saying was true because he said the same to them. So they didn't want to say it, but everybody abandoned him. So it is what it is. Like I said, don't mess with me. I don't care who you are. Because like if you're lying about me, I will come out with proof. Okay.
I remember when he was saying, I'm going to expose everyone, but I need money. We need to get
Yeah.
this made. I remember I didn't send him money, but I retweeted it.
Okay. Listen, one of my friends, 5 of my friends had temporary restraining orders against him. They were all dropped on bullshit. And get this, this is the best part of all.
Yeah.
Outside of the courtroom, okay, he didn't show up to get it. Like, so when you in California, when you file a temporary restraining order, it automatically gets granted. Then you go for a hearing to see if it stays in place. He didn't even show up for the fucking meeting, okay? Because my friend Susie, she's crazier than me, and Johnny Cochran, she's got evidence for days, okay? She went and then him and his lawyer outside the thing, and he's like his own lawyer dimed him out. It was fucking hilarious. I'm just like,
Are
this
you
is too
kidding?
funny. You can't even make this up. Like, yeah, when he said he got stabbed by a Mexican wolfpacker and it was a friggin' needle. And his own lawyer's like, yeah, it was a road rage incident. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, you can't
Oh,
even get your lawyer to
really?
lie.
Really?
Yes, it's on YouTube. Check it out. Corey Feldman temporary restraining order. I think TMZ aired it. His former lawyer that represented him at that time was Perry Wander. So don't ever get that guy because he's a fucking idiot because he'll dime you right out on TV. He
Oh
don't
my
care. No
God.
attorney-client privilege there.
Really?
Yeah,
And
like
how
you can't
is
make this up.
and how is the and Corey Haim's mom? How is she now?
She's she lives about an hour and a half from me. I'm not going to say where.
No,
Uh,
don't swear.
no. She's had enough trouble and hardship in her life, and she lost a child. You know what it's like. We both had
Exactly.
moms that lost children, and you see the devastation it leaves behind, and the fact that there are greasy ass people that try to make a profit off of that and lie off of
Wow.
that. To me, is like almost there's nothing really lower to me than that, in my opinion, because it's something that I experienced. Like, I seen it. I see the turmoil after the problems. Like, it's a lifelong thing that, like, you watch somebody become a former shell of themselves, and then you try and take advantage of that for your own gain. Like, there is no place in hell low enough for you in my book.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that pain is not even to be mocked by anybody. I don't even care if you hate the person. Like, if you haven't experienced it, God, you're lucky. But if you have, like, don't ever go there. Like, you just don't do that. God, what is wrong with people?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't either. Like, I wish the stupid people of the world would write a book so we know how to deal with them, because I just can't
Yeah.
understand. I don't. Like, it's like, what is going on up there that you think this is okay? Like, because I got a bridge to sell you. Like, oh my God,
Wow.
I don't get it.
And so you still keep in touch with her? Is she still fighting with him, or no? That's all over with now.
That's all over now. Thank God that book has been closed, sort of thing. And I'm glad, because it was taking a toll on her mentally and her health. And, of course it would, you know, like, let her son rest in peace. Like, I mean, they were best friends. Like, they were inseparable. Like, and she lost her best friend. And then you have this guy coming up and making up fucking lies.
Oh my God.
It wasn't Charlie Sheen.
I
In
was
fact,
just going to ask you.
yeah, I'll tell you the truth, because Feldman sure won't. Feldman lived with the man that was his abuser. He got emancipated from his fucking parents at 15 years old. Dominic Brasha was the man that did the harm to him. And who did Feldman, his best friend, go live with? Dominic Brasha, the man that hurt his best friend. So you tell me that's a best friend. Fuck off, Corey Feldman.
God.
Piece of shit. His karma's coming at him. His wife already left him. His whole team deserted him. Like, karma's coming, and that's how it works for you, okay? It doesn't come for you, it comes at you.
Well, how come Charlie Sheen didn't sue him?
Because he has no money left, because he was getting extorted. Because remember when he come out with the whole Tiger Blood thing and then the AIDS thing, and then he went on Dr. Oz and said, okay, this is what's going on.
Right.
He was getting shaken down by all these people saying, like, if you don't give us money, we're going to come out with your secrets. So that's why he went to Dr. Oz. He lost all of his money. And the reason why he said Charlie Sheen is because they had a beef over a woman. And Charlie got the girl and Feldman didn't. And he's very petty like that. And yeah, that's the story. That's the real story. So if he wants to tell the truth, he not only, supposedly his best friend, you go live with the guy's abuser, you're a piece of shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's the real story. And the depths of evil in that guy is beyond my reasoning. He, what's the first thing you do when your best friend dies? You don't go to the funeral and pay respects, because he didn't want it to be all about him. His head's bigger than his body. He runs to Larry King, naturally, as you do when your best friend dies. Like, that's the first thing you do.
God.
Yeah. All of this is documented. Everything I'm saying is documented. There's, like, Larry King. Okay, look it up. Corey Feldman, Larry King, Corey Haim. Look it up. Yeah. It's all, like, I know too much about this shit, and more than I want to know. And I was so consumed with it because, like, I was very protective of Judy, because I seen how much pain it was causing her. It's like, and I also seen the toll it was taking on her health as a result of it. So I was like, fuck you. So then that's when me and my friends got involved. And my friend Susie went to court, and she got the restraining order dropped, and she's going to come on this channel one day and she's going to talk about it, because we haven't talked about it in years. But, like, yeah, there's people walking around that still believe this guy's a good guy. No, he's not. I'm sorry to tell you, he's not. And don't meet your celebrities that you think are good people because you've seen it in a movie 40 years ago. Because they're not that person. That was a role. That was an act. It's all an act. Everything is an act. There's shit going on in behind the scenes parties and shit like that you don't even fucking want to know. because you're gonna walk out and be like, God, I need a shower after hearing that. Like, oh,
Are
you
you
know, like it's,
kidding?
no, I am not. I wish I could. I cannot block this shit out as much as I try. It keeps coming back to me like a nightmare. But yeah, like I mean, you know, and when you start combating lies with facts and truth and evidence and proof, you know, people run away like a fucking rat with a tail between their legs
Wow.
because you can't fight the facts.
Now, were you involved in the Aaron Carter community too?
A little bit, but not a lot. In fact, I
Oh,
actually
okay.
felt sorry for Aaron. Like, okay, so when he died, I hadn't watched his live streams in like I'm gonna say at least a good year or two. Okay, wait a minute. I have to tell you something. Remind me to tell you something after this. I
Okay.
went back to see what was going on in his life that what led up to this. And when I see the tattoos and shit all over his face, I was like, oh my God. So you remember that Shane guy that come up on your panel that night?
Yes, yes.
Do you know him in person?
No.
Okay. We need
And
to talk.
Marie told me something.
We need to talk off the air about this, but he was
Okay.
very, and all I'm going to say is that I believe that the guy is doing a good thing for the right reasons.
Right.
But now,
Right.
but I have seen things in the past that there's videos of because he was very involved in that Aaron Carter committee. Let me tell you.
Right. Right.
And did things that are like very alarming that send major warning bells off in my head. And I don't really want to get into it because if he hears this or sees this, I don't want to be his target. But come at me, bro, if you want. But be warned, I'm not like I'm a strong-willed woman. You're not going to get me. But I'm just telling you, like we need to speak in private about that because I would just say if what he is saying is legitimate and he is doing this for the right reasons legally,
Right.
then I support his cause. It is a good
Okay.
cause. Okay. But I would myself, if it were me, and I don't ever tell anybody what to do, you're old enough to make your own decisions, and
Right.
I'm not that type. But if it were me, I would myself be optimistically cautious about that. And I would distance myself and just watch to see what happens. But he may have changed. I don't know.
Right. Right.
Because I know he did have a problem with drugs in the past. He's admitted that. I'm not spilling any secrets.
Yes,
So
that he has. He
and it
has
was
admitted.
it was during that time, so I do give people the benefit of the doubt. But
Okay.
having said that, I just think that we should. And I did tell Nick, I was like, you need to get a hold of Angel right away, and because he actually knew who he was, because I didn't recognize him. He used to weigh a lot more, and then when I seen him, I was like, that's not the same guy. I went
Really?
back. Yeah, he's half of himself. But then I've lost weight, and people would probably say it's drugs, but no, it's because I didn't want to die at a young age, right? Like I
Right.
wanted to,
Right.
you know, I didn't want to run out of breath running up the stairs. So I was like, I need to take care of my health here. So like, but so then when I went back and looked at the videos, I'm like, oh my God, I fucking remember this guy. And then I was like, I see him on the panel, and then I know that Adam was giving him some advice, and he would
Mhm.
pretend to listen to Adam's advice, and then I'd see him on another live stream 10 minutes later saying, "I was just on the Angel Gotti show," and totally go against everything Adam just said. And
Are you kidding me? Are
no,
you
I'm not.
serious?
I'm very serious, like a heart attack serious. Like,
Oh
and I was
my
just like,
God.
that's when I reached out to Nick and I'm like, you gotta talk to Angel and let her know this. And then I seen Adam on him and he's like on there and you could tell he was frustrated because the guy's not listening.
Yeah.
Adam,
that-
if you see this or hear this, please, you have more judgment than I do. You're very witty, you're very smart, very intelligent.
Yeah.
Follow your gut on this one. I would be very careful with that, man. You know, it depends on the lawyer. And I take him as like an honest kind of dude, like a stand-up guy, Adam, right? But there's some lawyers
Yeah.
that would take his money and be like, you know, the honest lawyer. Like that's a, you know, one of those things. But I don't believe Adam to be one of those people. But in my opinion, this is just strictly from what I've seen in
Right.
the
Right.
past.
Right.
From what I've seen in the past, I would be very cautious. Okay. Just saying, I don't want to see something come back on you because then it's going to be your fault because he was on your panel. Because
Right.
that's how
Right.
YouTube works, right? So I'm just saying, like, to avoid another, you know, problem that
Yeah.
everybody blames on you for because, you know, you're Charles Manson and you control the world and everybody in
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like you need to make a Kool-Aid. Let's get the Gotti Kool-Aid out. And you know,
Right.
everybody that drinks this is just under her spell. Like, I mean, this is the logic of these people. Like, and I'm saying this with a straight face, but it's like it sounds like a joke, but it's like it's not a joke. Like I I'm not devious enough to think like this. Like I can't even understand their thinking. Like But yeah, so the only reason why I told you that is because, well, A, we were talking about the subject and it came to my mind, but also I thought I already know that there's too many people looking for reasons to come at you. And if they found out what he's done in the past and if he hasn't changed, then I would hate to see you get the fallout for that as
Yeah,
well.
no, I asked him about some of that stuff, and he said, like, he admitted, listen, I had a problem back then. I would never do
Yes.
that now, and so I asked him.
Well, I want to see what else he admits to because there's
Oh,
video of it. Oh yeah, there's videos of it, like people making threats, showing up at people's houses and video recording it. And I was just like, that is next level shit. Okay,
are you
that is
kidding?
no, I'm not. It's taking it too far. You're on my property now. You're threatening my security. Okay, that's the way I take it. Like that in my like I'm a woman, that's how I think. If you're coming to my
Right.
property, you're outside, you're damaging my property, you're on my
Mhm.
property, video live streaming it to boot. Okay, you can't even deny it because there's live streams. Like I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
oh yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. And I really like I've already said too much. But hey, I'm not saying anything that isn't true that wasn't already on the internet. How many
Right,
thousands of
right.
people seen it? And if he's changed, God bless him. I hope he has. I do. But I'm just saying it's hard for me to believe change until I see a consistent pattern of changed
Really? Now, do
behavior.
you follow him?
No, I do not. Nor have I ever. I only looked into him when I seen him on your panel because I was like, I know this guy from somewhere, but I couldn't recognize him because he lost so much damn weight. And I'm thinking, oh my god. And then
Oh,
when I messaged Nick and he's like, he was in the Carter community, and I'm like, what? He's like, and he sent me a clip, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the same guy. He's half of himself. So I was like, I remember him. He used to go on Aaron Carter's lives, and oh my god, it was a whole mess. Like,
really?
yes, very big mess. Very, very big mess. And then when he mentioned Corey Feldman, and I was just like, I even did a show about it because I was like, okay, I have to address one of Angel Gutti's guests because I was like, oh, please, like, go back and watch the show. I didn't go into detail about it. I was just saying, like, if what this guy,
Really?
yes, if what this guy's saying is
Why
true.
didn't you just say to drop the link? I would have dropped the link. You could have came on.
Well, because I didn't know it at that time because I like this was after because I'm like, I know this guy from somewhere, but I didn't know where
Mhm.
because he looked so different. He looked so I didn't recognize him. And I was like, and he didn't have the name of this child, whatever it is. So it was just him doing it on his own and going and smashing these guys' faces in, which I'm not really against. If you're a pedophile, hey, you get what you get. But
Exactly.
so I mean, can I really fault it for that? Not so much. But I mean, but then when he comes on and he's like, I'm just setting up this not-for-profit thing, and I was like, where do I know this guy from? So then I messaged Nick and he's like, he was from the Carters, and I was like, and then he sent me the clip and I'm like, oh my god, that's him. I remember he even went on
Wow.
Doctor or no Doctor Phil.
Dr. Phil, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and if you look at the video of him and Doctor Phil, he's half that damn size now.
Really? I gotta watch that.
Yeah, it was yeah. So, like I said, if I'm wrong and he has changed, then God bless him because it's hard to come back from that. And if he's doing good with his life, then
Right,
I
right.
applaud you. I applaud him. Okay. But I'm just saying for your own self, because of how people come at you for who you are,
Mhm.
I just want to protect you. Like if he's on his own, I'm not friends with him. I don't know him. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't want to see you get hemmed up in something that you didn't even have any knowledge of. But yeah, I
Wow.
couldn't believe it when I seen him, and then when I realized it was him, I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" And then I seen him on someone else's show, and he's like, "Yeah, I was just on the Angel Gotti show, and I'm going to set up." And he's like, Adam said, "Don't tell your secrets of what you're doing," and doing that creepy ass voice that he changes his fucking voice to is very creepy. Okay,
Oh,
and
no.
he did it again on this live, and Adam told him, "Don't do this," and then he does it, and it's like, well, what were you just told? Like, go to the corner. Like, what the hell? I don't know.
I had to put one on a private because something he said, it sounded like a threat. I said, "Oh no, that's it. It's just
Yeah.
to go on private."
Well, then maybe he hasn't changed because he used to be a lot like, what do you call it? How do you say it in a nice way? Unhinged, unpredictable, colorful. I don't know. What do you want to say? Like unhinged. I don't know. But then again, if you're on drugs, that's usually the behavior that comes with it. So if he's
Yeah.
changed his life and gotten himself clean and done the right thing, then hey, I support him. But I'm not going to be involved in any of it in any way,
Yeah,
shape, or form.
he said that he's clean now.
I hope that's true. I really do. I would like to see
Yeah,
anybody
me
that's
too.
struggling with any sort of a substance issue get help and learn to handle, because really what that is just covering up pain, trauma, usually from childhood, right? So I would like to see you be able to handle those things in a way that isn't going to hurt you more. Because when you finally do come clean off whatever substance, whether it be drugs or
Yeah,
alcohol, those problems are still there. You need to deal with the root cause. Do you know what I mean? You can mask it up, you can
yes,
cover it up, you can numb
yes,
it out, but those
yes.
problems are still there. So I and that's a real talk. Like I mean, I've seen people struggle with that and lost a lot of people, and like I wish I could have saved them all. And that's the sad thing is you can't. And I've lost so many people in my life because of it. Like it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yep. So
Did everybody hit the like button?
thank you. This has been awesome. My friggin' phone's dying though. I'm sorry.
I know. I got to get up early tomorrow for the baby.
Okay,
Wait.
well, thank you for coming on. I had so much fun with you tonight. This was
Me
great.
too, Kim. Thank you. This was
Okay,
great. Very
well, thank you, every.
interesting.
Yes, we'll do it again. Like, look what comes
Yeah,
out, eh? When you get
definitely.
talking, it's so great. I could do this for hours, and my
Definitely.
damn phone didn't die. So, thanks for coming on, and thank you,
Definitely.
everybody.
Thank you. Good night,
All right.
everyone.
Okay, bye, guys.